Welcome to the live watch along with myself and Brant. It's Fulham time at St James's Park for a 3 p.m. kickoff. We'll be doing the live match, kick by kick, if you like, watch along, and you'll get obviously live reactions as we see it. How are we this morning? Well, this afternoon. It's this morning for you over there across the pond. It's a good afternoon from me, obviously in the UK, and it doesn't matter where you are watching us. You're more than welcome, but please, if you can, hold on. Let's do it properly. How are you this morning, sir?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm okay, mate. I'm okay. I'm excited about this one. To be fair,
I am too.
yeah, I've got a feeling in my water we're going to see some action today. We're going to get into a couple of the podcasts that I've been watching before the show. A lot of Fulham fans are a little bit disgruntled, but we'll get into that in a minute. But before we go any further, I suppose what we've got to do is what we always do, or what I always do, is do our housework. So again, welcome to everybody that's watching across all of the platforms. You're more than welcome to join us today. Thanks to all the mods that work in the background that do a great job for us. Obviously, they don't get enough thanks, but again, every time I'm online, I give you a mention. Don't forget that, guys. More importantly, is to hit that like button for us if you enjoy the show. It just helps us get further as a channel to other NUFC supporters, and that is what we're here to do. Subscribe, it's totally free. Don't forget to hit that bell. We do lots of content, and as soon as we go live, you will get information about the time we go live, and you can come along and watch us. If you want to help us and support the channel, you can become a member for a small monthly fee. That'll give you a chance to win a prize. And I believe we've got some giveaways because we've missed a couple because of travelling. I know Chris has been over to Newcastle at the start of January. So it's been a little bit hit and miss in January. But obviously we're going to give, I think it's 2 giveaways today, potentially tonight after we do the preview. So watch for that one. And like I say, if you want to get involved with that, you've got to become a member. You can have a look at our webpage as well, nufctalk.tv, for news and content. We keep that as up to date as we can. But again, we wait for confirmation of all the news. There's lots of gossip out there, as always, with Newcastle, attached to Newcastle. But until it becomes absolutely complete, we won't actually put it on the webpage. But it's totally ad-free. If you've got 5 minutes, go and have a look on there. If you've got a question for me or Brant before the start of the game, then put a Q in front of it. It's not guaranteed, but if you do want to guarantee it, you can send us a super chat. Just literally go via the $sign. Whatever you want to give us, that'll guarantee that message will be read out. And anybody that becomes a member, or any members that gift memberships throughout the show, will be highlighted and thanked as we go. So right, let's crack on with what we've got today. We've got the information in front of us of the 2 sides. What's your thoughts when you saw the sides? I've watched our WhatsApp explode from 1:45. To be fair, as soon as the team news come up. Are you disappointed at all to see that we are sticking to the same side that's won 10 out of 11 games?
No, definitely not. I think it's smart of Eddie Howe to keep going with it. My only concern, and I said it way back in the Tottenham game, is when you kind of have a lot of games coming up. We got the 2 cup matches along with the Premier League matches coming up, and so your excuse, at least Howe's excuse around Bournemouth, was we need to, the guys retired. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of depth to the squad. That's why we wanted some movement in this window, but maybe doing some rotation isn't a bad idea. And obviously, Fulham's a really good team, so it's very difficult to make a rotation when you have been playing so well, and you need to win a game. So I'm not really disappointed in it. I think it was always coming, and I think it'll be fine. I think they'll do well.
Yeah, it's I can understand Eddie Howe. Like as you quite rightly said, we've not made any transfers in the last 3 transfer windows. Anybody that can compete with the 11, and I think that's one thing that you've got to look at. We're looking at lads that are talented players now, and we look at the likes of Botman, and that's what I meant when I was talking. Like the WhatsApp group seem to explode when certain individuals aren't in the game. And the one thing that occurred to me from the outset was when we threw Botman in, he looked quite awkward, being a left footer in that right centre back position, and he seems to open himself up a little bit. To the oncoming press. And I think for me, it was a case of, why put yourself under that much more pressure playing in a position that you're not au fait with? And I think, as much as I'm starting to worry about Shaw and his performances and his mistakes that seem to be an occurrence on most games now.
Same here.
Are we, should you change the side? And I'm with you. I think at the end of the day, if a team's going out there and won 10 out of 11 games, I think it's a case of let's just see and wait to make sure that we're making the right changes rather than just like a knee-jerk reaction to one or two mistakes. And like I say, luckily for us, we've had an offside go on our way via one of Shah's mistakes. And again, I'm sure that Eddie Howe must see this. It can't be just us that see the problems that's going on at the back. And I'm sure Eddie Howe must be working really hard, tirelessly with Shah to say, don't give the chance, clear the line type of situation. Anyway, so without further ado, let's make inroads into this formation as we've got. Let's see if I can get that a little bit better lined up before to show it, because it seems to be a little bit skew whiff on there. What have I got on there? Why is it not showing fully on my screen?
Well, it's not. I see the whole screen, but it's really small.
It's tiny, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just going to try and see if I can make that better. That's definitely the screen that's on there. Right, let me just see if I can move. For whatever reason, I've got... it seems to be as if... there you go.
Oh, there it goes.
There you go. SofaScore for me. I don't know what it is on my computer, but SofaScore just doesn't seem to want to behave. So, right, there we go. So we've got the lines up. I don't know why. I can only get...
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's not showing the full screen. I don't know what's happening here with this app. But there you go. Let's have a look at Newcastle, and we'll talk about Fulham in a minute. I have got it on X, so we can see it on there. So we've got Dubravka in goal, Tino Livramento right back, Fabian Shaw in the centre, Dan Burn, Lewis Hall. And again, for me, Lewis Hall has played outstandingly well. He's had a couple of dodgy moments. But when I look at this back line, we talk about Botman coming into the side. I think Dan Burn has probably been one of our main performers this season.
I agree.
He made the mistake from getting out of position last week against Southampton. Again, not having that covered in the midfield left us a little bit vulnerable in the air. But again, I think he's been, one of the influences in the back line for me this season. Our midfield, again, the trio that we all anticipate, because we just know what this midfield gives us regarding strength and competition regarding the opposition. So J7 left centre, Tonali sitting in that 6, and Bruno Guimaraes more of a free role. And I made again, I'll allude this with yourself, Brant. So for me, I think J7's dropped off a little bit this season. He's not really being the player that I saw last season. Now, obviously, I made an assumption, and it is only an assumption. Is this because Tonali now is overloading his space? Because I have never seen a midfielder. There was somebody who commented against Southampton. We were talking 96 minutes, and this lad was still covering virtually every corner of the pitch. We're talking 96 minutes. I think he's been a phenomenal addition to this side. And like I say, every game he now seems to be growing strength to strength. And even though, like I say, you look at this as a 4-3-3, Eddie likes to play that fluid line. And you see Bruno Guimaraes now going into the high line and play in that right 10 position. And J7 and Tonali seem to just tuck in the 6 and stop and block. And then what I love is if Tonali goes on a bit of a move forward, you get the likes of Bruno and J7 that'll just drop in. I think there's a lot of work goes on in the training area
Hmm.
to how these three actually work and start to break lines going forward. And again, you've got Anthony Gordon, Isak, and Jacob Murphy up top. And a bit of again, I made a little bit of an insight into Anthony Gordon's new reign, if you like. And I've been looking at why we are playing the way we're playing. Why are we managing opposition better than we were last season? Even though I enjoyed last season with the press and the constant want to get that ball back as I up the park, seems to be a little bit more tactful and mindful on how we play these days. Anthony Gordon, like we said, I made a point of Anthony Gordon's dropping a little bit deeper these days. He's playing more on the halfway line, still wide, which obviously then when he collects the ball, he seems to want to drive inside and play on that inside left position, which is what J7 used to do on that
Yep.
inside left track. And again, is this the new system that Eddie Howe is trying to manipulate so we are not as transparent to the opposition as we once were? And that obviously allows then Louis Saul the freedom to overlap and then get the ball whipped in with his left foot if he's got a target to aim for. So I understand the makeup of the side a little bit better now. But the one thing that really made me laugh today, I don't know whether you've seen any information because, like I say, I know it's pretty early for you over there. Have you seen Jacob Murphy enter Newcastle at St James's Park? To the scream of Messi, Messi,
No,
to
I
which
didn't see
to
that.
which he gave a little wave. I thought that was phenomenal. To be fair,
Yeah,
really really good bit of tongue in cheek, if you like. But
right.
I like this setup. Like I say, I think it's really good. I don't know what's happened to South Score. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that one off. I don't know why it seems to be quite messy, and I will look at throwing what I've got on X as their forward line. And like I say, these guys seem to want to play a more 4-2-3-1 system. Have you got any concerns about what these guys are going to present to us?
Well, yeah, I mean, this Fulham team plays really hard. Of course, they have probably their best player in Anthony Robinson getting all the assists coming up the side. Raul Jimenez has actually had a really good season for them this year. You kind of wait for him to fall off as he's getting older, and 8 goals is pretty good for him. Alex Iwobi, he's the other one. I honestly don't really rate Iwobi, but he's having a good season for them as well with 7 goals and 3 assists. So they have a lot of players that they're similar to. This might be a stretch for some, but to me they're similar to Villa in that they have a lot of pretty decent players. Obviously, Anthony Robinson is a really good player, but they have a lot of pretty good players. So you can't really overlook just about any of them. But 11 for 11, I think we're better than them. So we just have to play our game.
Yeah, on paper, and again, I go
Yeah,
back
paper,
to a Cloughie. I mean, there was a manager back in the day, Brian Clough, who used to come out with some absolutely amazing stats and sayings. And one of his great sayings is, "Yes, we've got a good team on paper, but football's played on grass," and that
Yes.
will stick with me for forever and a day. But going to the Fulham side, obviously we've got the Bernd Leno in goal, Timothy Castagna, Joachim Anderson, Calvin Bassey, and Tony Robinson, who, to me, again, the American's done well. He's got the captain's armband. He's really performing well for them
Yeah.
in that fullback position. Sasa Lukic and Sander Berg as going to be their 2 sitting midfielders. Again, you look at it, there's not a lot in that midfield for me that could
I agree with
scream
that. Yeah.
as if they're going to cause us any problems. Again, you look at Adama Traore coming on now. Obviously, I know Chris likes Adama Traore, Mr. Muscle, as I call him.
Yeah, the pit bull.
Great, great pace, and obviously, you can bounce off this lad if you allow him to participate in things. But regarding skill sets, he doesn't enamor me with a lot when he gets into the right positions. And obviously, we all know Alex Iwobi on the left-hand side. I mean, he can be a danger. Again, not a lot of skill sets, but he has got the pace to get in behind. And Raul Jimenez, again, an old stalwart.
I think he put two past us in the first one, didn't he?
Well, yeah. He's one of them players that a lot of teams will, some people say, like, he's past his best, and I agree to that. I mean, obviously, we know we got the red card the last time Fulham visited St James's Park. So
right.
let's see what happens after today. But again, if you give these guys half a chance, they are going to be, they are going to be there or thereabouts. But let's just go into what some of the opposition fans have said. Now, I'm going to give a shout out to Full On podcast, because I watch them guys. I always like to, again, I don't watch the opposition a lot of the time, and you tend to get a bit more of a better understanding from the opposition, from their fans, and they're all expecting a bit of a hiding, if I'm honest. One of their lads said that we're going to get thumped 5-2. There was a 3-0, all to Newcastle, and I can't remember what the other score was. There was 3 scores, but all negative towards a Fulham perspective, if I like. But the one thing that was interesting, because the one thing that I've quite liked about Fulham is their willingness to stay high. They don't track back a lot of the time. They like to stay high. Smith Rowe especially as an outlet, which is something that Eddie Howe likes his players to do. He likes them to sit in that deeper role and and track back the opposition. But there's a lot of Fulham fans that actually want Smith Rowe out the side, and that surprises me, because he's got the ability to hurt. What's your thoughts on Smith Rowe? Because I mean, like I say, he's a talented player, and he looked at, like I say, he caused us no end of trouble when we were at the Cottage earlier in the season.
Yeah, really, that's the only time I really have watched him much, was how well he played against us. I saw him in another game early in the season. He looked really good. I don't know if his form has fallen off. It seems like the team's form has fallen off because, losing to United, losing to West Ham, and tying Ipswich probably aren't the best results coming into this one, and that's probably why the fan base is kind of shaky on their performance. But just like you say, you got to play the game, so they could come in just as fired up as ever. But yeah, I haven't really seen Smith Rowe as much since those kind of early matches, so I'm not sure where he's at this point.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? I've got the mighty Win has just sent me a video. Thanks, Win. As always, I'm hoping he's involved somewhere along the line. So I'm going to try and get his point of view across when I can find it. We all know what Win brings to the team as a supporter. Amazing shout. So this is Win's little contribution.
He's with Ronald, it looks like.
He's with Ron, yeah. I'm just going to try for something. Like I say, I don't know what's happened to my my share screen. It doesn't want to play very well. But here we go. This is Win with Rowley, and he's having a fun time. Let's see what he's got to say.
Oh, I can't hear it. Yeah, I think it's muted. I don't think anybody can hear him.
Can you not hear that?
I don't think so. I can't hear it. I don't think the chat can hear it. Yeah, the chat can't hear it.
Right. Well, I can hear it, which is strange.
Yeah, it's weird.
Um, like I say, I don't know what's happening to the sound system today. I've got that up on full, as you can see there, on 100% in the corner. So I don't know,
Hmm.
because I mean, I can hear you. Okay, not got the share. Oh, right. Okay, that's what it is. Right. Let me have a look at that. I'm gonna go back to the beginning on this one, guys, and we'll see what we can do, because I thought I'd got the share audio on that. So I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna let you have a chat, and I'm gonna go back to where I was before, Brant,
Okay.
and see if I can set it up again.
So let me look at some chats here. I'll go through and check out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's start from the top. We got Strasbourg Steve. He says, "Big up, guys. How's it going, Steve?" We got Michael NUFC afternoon all. Where's the American Mag? Ian Fleming's in the house. How's it going, Ian? Benjamin Maven. How's it going, Ben? Davies in the house. Let's see. Looking at that bench, Michael says, does not fill me with excitement. So that's what he's thinking right now. No Botman. I didn't realize Botman didn't even make the bench.
No, normally.
That's okay. Okay. Tigers in the house. With the same
Did you
goal.
say Botman didn't make the side?
Yeah, Oh, maybe he's talking about starting
Yeah,
lineup.
I could say
Predator.
yeah, he did. He did. He's in the
But he's in
bench.
the bench. Okay, good.
Yeah. He's on the bench. We'll do the Newcastle bench in a second.
Okay, because I took that comment as he didn't make because I actually haven't even seen the lineups at all yet.
Yeah.
Park Life Chris. I'll read everyone. Let's see who else is in the house here. Any comments here? Let's see. We got Craven. If Fulham watched Bournemouth, this isn't Craven. That's Connor. Match and don't play out from the back, we could struggle. So yeah. If somebody copies what Bournemouth did, we'll definitely struggle.
Well, I think that's the thing I was saying about Botman playing on the right centre back. If Smith Rowe is as bad as a lot of the Fulham fans are saying, that don't track back and support the team in defence or in a defensive mode, and he plays high on the line, I think the high press isn't going to suit Botman playing in that right centre back, knowing full well he's only ever going to be able to pass the ball back to Burn and down the left-hand channel, rather than allowing the ball, in front of him before he can throw it out to Tino. So there's a lot of question marks on whether Botman himself may have even said, I'm not happy in this current form. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. But like I say, what we'll do in a minute, I'm just going to listen to Win, and then we'll go through each team, and we'll do literally a look at who's on the bench, strengths and weaknesses. Have they got something on the in their side that we've got to be weary of, or is it a case of we're just going to be too strong for them on the day? It's going to be an interesting one. So I'm going to try this again. I have changed a couple of the settings of the Mighty Win. I mean, sometimes people will often say that he's probably better off when he's quiet, but we'll see. See if you can hear this one this time, Brent, and give us a shout, mate.
Unfortunately, he's still
muted.
Yeah.
Well, I've done everything I can on my side. I have unmuted everything. So unfortunately, again, I can hear him. I just don't know why he's not coming through to you guys. Like I say, I'll have a play, and then we'll go back. But what we'll do, like I say, it could be the fact that he's muted his end. Let's see. I'll have a look. have you got the teams ready to go on your side at all? Because I can put them up
I
if you want me to.
do not.
You don't. Okay, it's not a problem. I will have a quick look at the teams as you can see them. So this is Newcastle's team. I'm going to throw up on the. Got one or two glitches, unfortunately, today on my system. I don't know why. Again, see what's happening. I don't know
Yeah, it's
why
weird.
this is happening to me today, but I am having lots of technical difficulties. So it's not wanting to increase in size. So apologies if it's a little bit on the small side. But let's go through it. Again, I've mentioned our side. Again, it's an unchanged side. But as you can see at the bottom, with substitutions, Pope, Trips, Botman, Kraft, Asula, Kelly, Willock, Longstaff, and Miley. I'm not, and I keep saying this, I cannot understand, right, for me. I know Kelly can play on the left-hand side, but what I've seen in the past previously is when you get a change in that left back position, if Hall's having a bit of a mare, he has a tendency now of throwing Tino over to the left hand side and bringing Trippier in.
Yep.
So obviously, even if I look at that as a player, I can't see Eddie Howe even having the confidence in Kelly doing anything for us at left back if he's going to change that type of system. So why doesn't he just keep Target on there? Or is it more fact that Target's got more chance of leaving in this window than us as fans realise?
That's a good question, actually, because you look down below. It looks like you have three midfielders. I don't know that we need all three. But yeah, that's a good question. If Target's not there, why wouldn't he be there? Yeah, it's a good point. Hard one to answer because you look at the rest of these guys. Longstaff hasn't played in a while. I don't see him getting in this match unless something crazy were to happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, Longstaff has only come on for the last few minutes recently, hasn't he? I mean, he's,
yeah.
And again, it's a positive for me, and I think it's a massive tap on the shoulder for Miley for his returning to form from his injury, and obviously now in front of the likes of Longstaff, who by all accounts, to a lot of fans, Longstaff has been obviously in the pocket of Eddie Howe's thoughts for a long period of time. Doesn't seem to be the way these days.
Yeah. What was it when Tonali came in? Basically the last time he didn't get dropped, and they, because I think he came in against Chelsea in the cup game and then got dropped for the next two or something.
Yeah.
And then he came back in. Ever since that second arrival to the starting lineup, Longstaff's been shoved down the bench and not really been thought much of from how it seems like. So, yeah. I mean, we always like to see what Willock can do. Of course, this season, that's a player that we haven't really talked much about because when he comes on, he seems to have something, but he's not really. There's no final product. I think he has one goal, and it was the one against Forest. But even he's ahead of Longstaff, so
yeah.
I would really like to sell Longstaff in this window. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be. I think.
Well, no, I think there's a couple that have obviously been mentioned in this window. Mercury Dimes just put down that it's 7-0 now to.
Are you kidding me right now? So
to Forest.
Forest have responded.
They have responded really well, haven't they?
Holy, that's wow.
Mental.
Absolutely mental. That's some goal differential. We need to put some points. We need to put some goals.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they are obviously having a bit of a rethink about their 5-0 drumming from Bournemouth last week, aren't they? So what was negative back then has now become a +2. Positive.
This is crazy. Looking at this game's stats. So Forest have 14 shots to Bournemouth's 10. They have 9 on target though, to Bournemouth's 5. But possession Bournemouth have 63% possession. Forest only
Yeah,
have 37. That Forest have way less passes. The pass
yeah,
accuracy is way less. So that is Nuno's got something brewing over there. I don't know what kind of
yeah. He
black
has.
magic he's got going on, but they definitely are playing some good football. Wow.
Chrissy Wood's got a hat trick again.
Yep.
And like I say, I watched the first half, and it seemed as if like I say, Brighton was in the game, and it's crazy, isn't it? Because you look at like the likes of Sells for them, who obviously we just hadn't got anything appreciative at all to say about him. But he's obviously now the man with the most clean sheets. His stats for Forest are absolutely unbelievable this season. And I find it hard to believe how somebody like, again, you look at Chris Wood. Chris Wood to us, when he played for us, didn't look like he could hit a barn door. And yet he's gone to Forest with that little bit of freedom. And now all of a sudden, wow, what a different centre forward that you're seeing.
Yeah, I think what this really shows us is what confidence can do. These guys who kind of failed in other clubs per se, they were obviously good enough to be looked at by these other clubs. Newcastle saw something in Sells, they saw something in Wood, they bought them, they didn't work out, but they've gone to Forest, and I really think that early season Liverpool. Oh,
Can you hear that?
I do. Yeah, yeah.
Great. Well, we'll get Chris's on in a second then.
Okay.
Because we can
Perfect.
hear that. But carry on your point, mate.
No, I was going to say, I think that early season Liverpool victory away at Anfield for Forest, I think they all kind of looked at each other after the match and were like, we can do something this season. And from then on, it's just been downhill for them. They've had a couple hiccups here and there, but confidence does a lot for a squad. I think we saw it with Newcastle. Early season, not only were we playing poorly, but I don't think a lot of the players were playing very confidently. And then when we started our run, you could just see the confidence oozing through the team. And confidence isn't just in yourself, it's in your teammates. And really, I think that's the biggest part of having a confident team is, trust that your teammates are going to do the right thing. And, no reservations. Hey, if I want to pass it to Murphy, I know he's going to go down the right flank and put a nice cross in, and we're going to be dangerous here. Hey, if I pass it back to Byrne, he can get it to Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall can do what he does. So confidence is a very big thing in football. You see it all the time. I think you're seeing it with Forest this year. Yes, they do have a lot of good players, and they're doing well, but you just see players that didn't do well in other situations now are in a situation where Nuno's obviously given these guys confidence. And I think we're seeing that a lot with Newcastle right now too. So it's a positive.
Okay. Well, it seems as if we've got it from Chris, which is Wynn's little detail from what we've got here. And we're going to see if I can literally play it, and hopefully we'll get some idea of what Wynn's got to say with Rowley.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Look who I've found in Aspers today. The one and only Rowley. What you got to say, Rowley? What's your thoughts for the match today?
I'm looking forward to it. As always, I'm a bit nervous, but I'm confident that we'll get a good result. I hate predicting scores, so I'd say 2-0. But
You hate predicting scores, but you're going to go with 2-0.
I have to predict a score if I'm going to come on this particular.
Well, I was saying to you before there, I've said 2 on the predictions, but I might change that. I think I might go 1-0. We're just watching the Forest game there. They're 5-0 up now against Brighton. Who says they're going to fall off?
Yeah.
Chris Wood's hat-trick. Just finished a hat-trick with a penalty. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, yeah, I think... actually, I was looking at the stats earlier on this morning, and Murphy with 8 assists, but Robinson for Fulham has got 9. And he's the guy that I'm worried about.
Yeah, well, hopefully Jacob will eclipse him today.
Well, Jacob's got to keep him quiet.
Yeah.
Because that's the matchup, isn't it? Basically, Robinson, Murphy. Who's going to come out on top of that will decide how we're fair. But
I expect us to come out of the traps fast. And if we can get up, it changes the whole complexion of the game.
Yeah, well, prior to the last couple of games, of course, we've scored in the first 10 minutes and 5 out of 6, I think. So let's hope we can keep that going. Anyway, lads, have a good show, and we'll catch you for the reaction afterwards. Ciao.
So there you go. There is the mighty win, along with Rowley. Again, just doing their thoughts before the game. Just going on what we've said before. I've got a little bit of team trends for both Newcastle and Fulham. So coming into this game, Newcastle United have picked up 12 points from the last 5 games, both home and away. That's 2.4 points per game on average. Both teams to score has landed in an intriguing 3 of those games. Newcastle United have scored 11 times in the last 5 fixtures. Fulham's defence will have to be at their best today if they're to stop Newcastle United from scoring. The home side has scored in their last 5 games in front of their own fans. They have failed to score in 2 home matches this season. It's possible we have to see. It's possible we will have to see a couple of goals here. Will the past 13 games for Newcastle United end in with 2 goals or more being scored? Newcastle United will be looking to keep up the momentum today against Fulham, having lost just 1 game from the last 5. They have won 4 and drawn nothing. In the last 5 games for Newcastle, 3 of those games has ended with both teams scoring. This season, 13 matches, which is 57% of all matches involving Newcastle, have seen both teams to score. So that's the reasons why I went 2-1. I just don't think we are good enough at the minute at the back not to concede. Now, I'm not saying that that's the Bravka's fault. I just think at the minute we seem to have a mistake or 2 with our 2 centre-backs.
Yeah, I can see that. Jimenez really he's pretty clinical once he gets inside the box. So yeah, I could see him putting one in with something over the top. He's pretty good in that area, and that's where we've struggled the most. It seems like right inside the box in the middle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see Jimenez doing something. But I think I'm pretty confident in our side today. I think the fans are going to be up for it. I think the team's going to be up for it. What I really like to see is Gordon get 1 or 2. I'd like to see a brace from Gordon. If Gordon, because I don't know when the last time Gordon put 2 goals in. And I think he could use.
He's been more of the assist machine these last few games, hasn't he? He's contributed to goals, has been up there, and I think that's the difference. When people say he's having a bad game or something like that, I don't think he's having a bad game. He's just playing differently now.
Yep.
And I think that's, like I say, something that's tactical. And I think maybe we are not seeing the full Anthony Gordon in full flow at the minute. Hopefully that can change today, like you say. Some points regarding Fulham. Coming into the game, Fulham have picked up 5 points from the last 5 games, both home and away. That's 1 point per game on average. Both teams to score have landed in an intriguing 3 again of those games. Fulham have scored 8 times in the last 5 fixtures. Scoring is not an issue for Fulham when they play away from home. They have scored in the last 10 games they have played on the road. Can Newcastle stop the run? In the last 5 matches for Fulham, 3 of those games has ended in both teams scoring. This season, 17 matches, which is 74% of all matches involving Fulham, have seen both teams score. So again, this has got the look of a game that could produce a little bit of excitement at both ends. The one thing that I'm going to say, which is a great news to me as a supporter, and I'm sure that's going to go to every other fan that's out there. The one thing that I can honestly say, hand in heart, the one thing I am so glad they haven't got in their armoury today, if you like, is the lad Harry Wilson. He seemed to be on fire. I mean, he picked up that injury, which obviously everybody was screaming at. Apparently, he's got a stress fracture to his foot, and he's going to be out for around about 10 weeks. So he's going to be a massive miss for, like I say, a Fulham side that haven't got that, big name within the side, if you like. But when you've got a player who's got the ability to actually pick a pass and pick an assist, like I say, he's a miss from any side. For me, them missing Harry Wilson is like us missing like an Anthony Gordon or even a Bruno Guimaraes, if you like. He's an important structure towards the way Fulham play. So for me, I think, like I say, that's got to be a plus on a Newcastle point of view and a negative on a Fulham. We are literally around about 19 minutes from kickoff. So we are literally bracing ourselves to the start of the match. So I'm really getting to grips with it and looking forward to this one. I'm not sure what the weather's like up in the northeast, but obviously on my background, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, hopefully that's what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe a little bit of warmth.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long this will last, if I'm honest with you, because obviously there's a lot of talk, and again, we're just going to go away from the game just slightly, because as I've seen in the comment, lots of people talking about the rumours about Mbeumo. And obviously, I've read lots of reports, and again, rumour mill will always happen at this point. And then I read something about before we go any further, what's your thoughts on what you've read about Mbeumo coming?
I actually haven't read too much about it. It's tough for me to really get into that stuff until, obviously Mbeumo will be a summer deal. So it's really difficult for me to really, especially after the last 3 windows, to kind of read into those things until you actually see some action happening. So I honestly haven't read into it. I do have to say, though, there's, if we haven't signed for 3 windows, everybody's upset about that. Completely understood. But there's going to be money. There's no question in my mind. There's going to be money out there to spend in the summer. And I think if Mbeumo's the main target for that money, that would be a massive, massive pickup. I think it would be as big of a pickup as Tonali or Bruno was, or Isak. So, if we can make that happen over the summer, all of the last 3 windows heartache, I think, goes throwing straight out the window. I think the team will greatly appreciate that. You look at, people are really nervous about Isak leaving if we don't get European football. I think there's one more year in him, regardless of the outcome this season, especially if you pick up Mbeumo, because I think the team will see that as a huge, huge upgrade. I know that they're not going to say it out loud because of what Murphy's done, and everybody really likes Murphy. Murphy's a great guy in the locker room, from what I hear. But I think they're going to see that's going to up our starting 11 already can compete with anybody in the Premier League. And in my opinion, we could compete with anybody in the world if we're at our best. But once you start getting that depth, and Murphy goes to the bench, he can come in later if he continues to play the way he's playing, and Mbeumo starting, that's just a massive addition. So hopefully that's what the goal is. Hopefully I don't know how much conversation that they could have with the player right now. Maybe they use the winter window to kind of talk to him. I don't know how that works, to be honest with you. They might not even be allowed to talk to him, but if they really feel confident, they could pick him up in the summer, because there's going to be a lot of teams out for him. But if they feel really confident that deal can be done, which the way it's sounding, that it seems like Newcastle does feel confident about it, I mean, that would just be a massive, massive upgrade. There's just no question about it.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I mean, I've been keeping a bit of a close eye on, because the under-18s are playing this morning against Derby County. We're in the 82nd minute now. I believe we're still 3-0 up. And, the under-18s now is predominantly like junior players, 15, 16-year-old players. And the lad that shines a light for me is Mateus Ferreira, who plays in that role. Again, come up with 2 assists today and
Nice.
I think Joe Brayson has got a brace there for them today. So, what I'm looking at now as a Newcastle fan is the fact that they are looking at depth, and it's not about the first team anymore like it has been for
Yeah.
years under the Ashley regime. We have got a lot of really good players coming in, and again, I saw. I'm not sure whether it's confirmed yet by Newcastle. We've got this young lad Yildiz coming in, for another Turkish player. Really good.
Do we know, is he
number
related to the
6.
Yildiz that plays for Juve?
Yeah, I think one's Yildiz and the other one's Yildiz.
Okay.
I think. Again,
They're
I'm
both
not
Turkish,
great
though, I
with
believe.
They are indeed. But and again, when I first saw it, I immediately jumped.
Okay, yeah.
Thinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think the other one is Yildiz.
Gotcha.
But again, this young lad who's coming, and again, don't ask me to pronounce the team because it's phenomenal.
Well, if he's anywhere near the level of Yildiz,
well, he's a Tonali.
okay.
Let's put it that way. He's a
Okay.
Tonali of his age group. He looks well on the ball. He looks he's confident. He beats players. He plays simple balls. But then out of nowhere, he'll just play a ball into the channel over the top for his teammates to run onto. Looks the biz. But again, these guys aren't going to be Newcastle ready
Right.
next year.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, for me, it's an exciting because we're building for the future.
Yeah.
And I think if we can go and lick the cream off a lot of the milk before the big guns. And the one thing that I've noticed, and again, I don't know whether you're on the same vein, there's lots of other teams have done exactly the same. We are getting into the youngsters and picking off these really high pedigree players, if you like, or, potential, before the big guns
Yep.
usually get hold of them. And
Yeah,
we
I think
get,
that's
back of the queue.
I definitely think that's a great tactic from Mitchell. I know, again, you go back to this season, a lot of people are not happy with the first team player. But I think over the past couple windows now, we've brought in a lot of very good young talent. But my question for you, do you think that we're going to use our youth talent similar to City, where you're selling them for a decent price, and since they're homegrown, you're making that whole profit, and then you go get out a first team player? Or do you think we're going to focus it more on this guy's going to be in our system and he's going to wear the black and white at some point and start for us?
I think the first thing I'm going to answer with that one is the fact that it has to be an individual, right? The likes of Miley, if you like, and we haven't had many come through our ranks in the past. I mean, everybody will go back to Gaza, has been probably our main named player that has gone on to be world famous. We haven't had that many that have come through, if you like. So I think the attitude of the individual has to change. And we've seen this with Eddie. I think the one thing I am going to praise Eddie for, he seems to do really well with younger players.
Yeah.
And I look at the likes of Hall. We all question the reasons why Hall came into the side, because was he ready? Was he not ready? And I think it's a case more now of, if a player individually is good enough, I don't think he'll be a sellable player. I've looked at Alfie Harrison, and I have criticised Alfie Harrison for a long time now because I couldn't quite see what he was going to give us going forward. And for $3 million for a young player is a lot of outlay.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm starting to see the fruits of the loins, if you like. So he is starting to develop. And again, this is all well done to the lads in the background that have done an amazing job at the academy, because they are nurturing these lads now to play in an Eddie Howe system. Thank you so much to Random Access
Thank you.
the membership given away. And that's gone to Mason. Welcome, Mason. You are now a member. So again, buddy, if you can, keep it going. But like I say, Mason does come on board with the channel a lot of the time. So welcome along, buddy. You are a fully fledged member now. We are down to the 10-minute window. I can see the a lot of chat in the background. I don't know whether you want to go over anything that you've seen worthwhile mentioning before we crack on with the match.
Nope, that's not really.
So there's a like I say, a lot of people just saying hello and giving a prediction.
Yeah, and if the chat
Magpie
doesn't
Massive.
mind,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, hit the like button. That helps this channel out a ton.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you like what you see and you want to keep seeing more, one thing and it's free, one thing you can do for us is hit the like, please, please, please.
Indeed, it just helps us get further. Just having a quick look at the table now after the Forest performance. And Forest have gone straight up to a goal difference of plus 13. Still one behind Newcastle. So this is what I'm saying. That today was a hell of a performance for them.
Yeah.
Because they've dragged back what they lost against Bournemouth. And I always say goal difference towards the end of a season.
It's huge.
Like having an extra point, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Yep.
So we need goals today.
Yeah, we need.
Sorry, mate. I was going to say, February for me was when we win, and I'm not sure whether it was Chris did right from the start of the season. When we looked at our fixture list, we all said that February is going to path the way. It's a for me, there's a lot of really hard fixtures in February, and I think if we can nail February, I think that will see us home.
I agree. Yeah. Yep. There's going to be some matches that in February that if we can pull them out, you're right. That's going to really put us in an excellent position moving forward. So there's no question about that. Lots of big games coming up.
Massive games. I'm gonna really look forward to the build up of the game now, because like I say, I'm just looking at some. I've got it on my screen with the black and white in the background. Looks lively, looks busy. And like I say, we are sitting 5th on 41 points. Fulham are sitting 10th after 23 games on 33 points. Again, these are all, again, games that I say must-win games. It's hard to say a must-win game in February, but like I say, I think we need to start this month really well. At least put a little bit of a shout out against opposition that we are going to go and face in this month, because like I say, there's some big teams.
Yeah, I agree. And I hope we gained a lot of confidence from some of the away games that we've had recently. Obviously, United and Tottenham aren't in the position that we're used to seeing them in, but just going to their places and knocking them off like we did this season hopefully has given us confidence to, go. Of course, and the big one being Arsenal away in the Cup. So I think those matches right there hopefully have given us a lot of confidence, because our next Premier League game is a big one, as we all know, going to Old City. So hopefully we got, and this game is going to have to give us confidence. That's why, as you say, this game is kind of a must win, not just because our next game is really difficult, but because we really would like to bring in the same amount of confidence we were in the middle of that nine game win streak. So
yeah, exactly. We 6 minutes away from kickoff. Just having a look at all the fans and all the Fulham fans that have made the jaunt up the A1, M1, whichever way they come. It's interesting. I was looking, because like I say, being in the I call it Middle Earth, because there's not a lot to look at around where I live.
I'm the same where I am.
But there's I was looking at the amount of London Mags, the London Supporters Club for the Magpies, and it's massive.
Wow.
They've got their own pub down there that they all obviously go to on match days. Like I say, there's a lot of black and white on the southern border, as we class it as. So it's an interesting one, because like I say, Newcastle being in the northeast, and people, we were talking about the ground expansion and things like that, and will fans travel? Like I say, it's a 3.5-4 hour journey for me on a clear run. So, and I travel. You know what I mean? I've got I try and get a game, especially when we're at home. There's no chance of us getting away tickets unless people are willing to, to let one go, if you like.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Southern fans that are able to go to more away matches because of connections, I suppose, than they are at home games because it's just an easier journey to get to. So they seem to get to the away matches more, especially in and around London, because obviously it's easier for them. But I haven't asked you. I mean, there's a lot of talk about this new stadium and potential. What would you want to see if Newcastle were to go to a new ground? What would you want to see a capacity of? Going forward. I mean, I said 70-75 would be my go-to to give everybody an opportunity to get a ticket. And the emphasis seems to be more on the travelling fan these days.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think 70-75 is a good number. I think that would help out with some of the, the big queues that we have right now for people trying to get tickets. I think that would slim that down quite a bit. But I think the main thing that this new stadium needs is not just the seats now, but they need to create the place in a way that it can be expanded upon in the future. I don't think that you just want to build something now, especially with how difficult it's been to kind of find an area, for them to build a new stadium. I think 70 now, and then have a situation where you could expand in the future if you needed to. And my other big request, and of course this is just me, but engineer it to be loud, engineer it to the chants and the singing to reverberate throughout the whole entire stadium. You look at City and you're just unsure of what's happened there. It could be engineering of the grounds. It could just be, for whatever reason, the fans are used to winning, so they just kind of sit on their hands. I don't know, but that's what we don't want. We want the stadium to still be just like St. James's Park. I don't know how many times I've watched a live broadcast of a match, and the announcers, the first thing they talk about whenever the match kicks off is, what St. James's Park is, the fans, and how amazing the sound can be in there. And so
absolutely,
that needs to continue with the next stadium, no matter what, in my opinion.
Yeah, cool. Well, the lads are on the park, and they are obviously just meeting and greeting as we speak. They're just going through the sides. So again, Dubravka, Livramento, Shaw, Botman, Botman, Byrne, and Hall in the back. And it's the usual: Gomeris, Tonali, Joe Linton, Murphy, Isak, and Gordon. Pope, Trips, Botman, Kraft, Asula, Kelly, Willock, Longstaff, Marley on the bench. And for Fulham, again, you got to give Silver a bit of credit because, like I say, he plays with he's got a team very with a small amount of money. Lino, Castagna, Anderson, Bassi, Robinson. Again, as Wynne says, Robinson's been their star player regarding assists. Sasa Lukic and Sander Berg sitting in the deep midfield. Adama Traore, Emil Smith-Rowe, and Alex Iwobi as the more forward attacking midfielders, just behind Raul Jimenez up top. And again, it's like I say, what we'll probably concentrate on now, guys, is the match. So again, if you've got anything that comes through, apologies if we've got a bit of a delay getting back to you, because our focus will be on the match. I'm just looking at Traore in this purple shirt. He's a bit of a monster, isn't he?
Yeah, you always love to see the J7 Traore matchups.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be an interesting one between these two, I'm sure.
Yeah, Traore is a little tank, and then J7's the what are those things in Star Wars with the legs that walk around that are real tall?
Yeah. It worries me sometimes when I see these lads that are all top and no bottom. Traore looks all round, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He's a big lad. So Newcastle to kick off the first half.
Yeah, my biggest concern is going to be this first 15-20 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't want to give up the first, major chance go in. We've done that too many times this year. Don't allow their first opportunity to score. So this first 15, 20 minutes is going to be big, in my opinion, for the outcome of this one.
Yeah. And again, apologies for everybody watching. Like I say, I haven't got the clearest of screens my end because this is being broadcast from America.
Yeah.
So
it's the same for me.
Yeah, I don't have clarity. So if I make a mistake regarding names, I will apologise. I can more or less gather all of the Newcastle players, but I haven't got a chance with the Fulham players, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
A little bit of ball out to the left-hand side for Louis Saul to grab onto. Good start up to Anthony Gordon, who again just does his usual pivot. Great little ball, early ball in to Bruno. Bruno lays it back to J7. J7 with a shot.
That was beautiful.
And it was a great little build-up. But again, J7 just doesn't always get over the ball, does he?
Well, he was Bruno's offsides anyway, but yeah, you're right. The thing with J7, like we say, he's so much legs. He's got such long legs. It's very difficult to keep the ball down when you have long legs. And the only reason I say that is
offside from Bruno.
I'm the same. My over half of me is my legs, so I can understand where he comes from when it comes to keeping the ball down. It can be difficult getting over top of the ball.
Yeah, but it's all about technique, and that's what I said. I think when you've got a player that you've got the ability, well, that's a dodgy ball.
Yeah,
he's just trying to get on
unlucky
the end of
there.
that. Yeah, always
foul. Of course, this guy just falls down.
Yeah,
like Isaac got that guy. Yeah, come on. Player got nervous. His best option was to take a dive.
Great start in the first 2 minutes, though, mate. We've been on the front foot. But I'm just going to go back to Joe Linton, and this is my critique of J7. When you've got a player of his physicality, right, his stature, the power's within him. You know what I mean? He's got the legs and everything else. What he has to do is get the technique. And for me, when you're a player that just leans back as you strike a ball, it's only going to go one way. You know what I mean? Hit the ball along the ground if you have to. Make the goalkeeper make a save. Pick up the second ball. So there's lots that J7 still lacks, especially in that supporting role.
Here we go. Here's their first
Fulham
chain.
down that right-hand side now. Gets the ball whipped into the box, but that should be Dubravka, and he claims it without any challenge.
Traore looking sporty there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, he's certainly a man mountain when you look at him. And again, it's what I expected with Emile Smith-Rowe to sit up virtually on the same type of par as Jimenez. And then it looks like Emile Smith-Rowe's been tasked
There's a foul.
to run with Tonali, from what I've seen so far. Apologies if you hear my dog barking in the background.
Tino.
Here we go. Tino up the
Murphy.
line to Murphy. Murphy into the box
That's a
straight
cross.
away. It's
That's a cross. Oh, man.
I say.
What a cross.
Isaac went for something
Come
spectacular there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Gordon picks up the pieces on the far side, comes inside into the box. Again, does a bit of a pivot, plays it back in. It's a header from Bruno, and it's just gone over the bar again. Trying to put too much power into the header because it was a little bit of a floated ball across from Gordon. But he did well, I must admit. It's a
Everybody
great
did well
start.
there. Like you say, the only issue could have been Isaac maybe had time to bring the ball down instead of try something
spectacular, didn't it?
Yeah, spectacular. But we've seen him do it before. I think he's
Oh,
done
absolutely.
It.
And
he
like
did
I
it
say,
against Chelsea in the cup match, and then against Ipswich, that exact move that he missed.
It was an unreal chance, really, if you like. And again, well done to Tino, giving Murphy the slot up the line. And Murphy, again, it looked like it was going to hit his heel, but he had the ability just to run with the ball. He didn't have to change his pace whatsoever for that ball, and it was a ball into the path of Isaac. Is exactly what we've seen in the past, and that's the reasons why he's now got figures of 8 assists in the season so far. So
Excellent.
He's doing really well.
Yeah. Yep, he understands his job, and he's doing it to the T. I mean, he's doing an excellent job of finding Isaac.
Yeah. We're just literally back with Dubravka. Sends it out to Byrne, who, again, simple ball up to Tonali, gets it back. Bruno comes deep to collect. Again, he's getting no time at all off Smith-Rowe, which is what I expected.
He just pulled him to the ground.
Like a ring of roses, wasn't it?
I hope that was the last time that's allowed to happen.
Yeah, well, our referee has to have a word with that one. We've gone for a long ball over the top for Isaac to run onto. He
Oh,
tries to get in behind the ball, but it's
the defense got
deflected
scared.
behind for a... Yeah,
You're
exactly.
seeing
Defense.
Isak's presence scaring these guys, and they're
Well,
making...
that's exactly right, mate. That is exactly right. Isaac running against you. I mean, Anderson hadn't got a clue. And, I rated Anderson when he was at Crystal Palace. He looked a really good, strong defender. But, like I say, he looked a little bit dodgy there.
No. Yeah, you could definitely tell these defenders are not happy with Isak anywhere close to them.
Yeah, short ball to punched out
That was
by
nice.
Leno. Yeah.
Traore now. Getting knocked
Well
over by
Dan Burn having none of that from Traore.
And then Murphy falling down.
You might have the width, but I've got the height type of situation. Yeah, interesting one.
Letting Traore know early.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, it was one of those tactical corners, if you like, one off the drawing board.
Yeah, looked
short
good.
To Hall, give back to Gordon, who flouted it into the back stick. Leno then obviously punched it clear. So again, it's something that they're trying differently. But that's the one thing at Newcastle. If I'm going to be critical, we have looked really poor when it comes to that final ball that crosses into the box.
Smith Rowe up to Traore here.
Yeah, he's into the
Traore in the box.
Yeah,
Not what you want to
across
see.
the park up towards
Jimenez
and yeah, exactly.
It will be.
Fulham just playing in front of us a little bit. Just trying to keep the ball, Fulham. And again, we've gone back to our usual 4-5-1.
Get out. All right, there we go.
Yeah, it's too late.
Are they giving him a corner? What? This guy is blind.
Well, I don't know whether that got a slight deflection from somewhere, but I think the referee...
Did he get overruled? He overruled it.
Yeah, referee had got...
that side ref is blind.
I'm going to say... but I suppose it's difficult. The referee on the field, he didn't know whether it'd come off Hall or whether it'd come off the other player there, the Fulham player. But obviously...
Good job by the main ref.
Yeah, the linesman went one way, the referee went the other.
Is that
and
Taylor?
Silva now is having a word saying, hey, home advantage shouldn't count for everything, mate.
A good call by the ref, though. It was a good call. Stop crying, Silva.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds like he's... I don't even know. What could he be crying about already?
Well, that's a lot with... I feel sorry more for the fourth official, mate, if I'm honest with you.
Got to deal with
They have a lot more to deal with than they do on the park.
Murphy and Iwobi here. Anthony. Is that Smith Rowe? That's 16. I think this guy here with the ball, I think he's their weak link on the defense, number 3.
Yeah. He looks all arms and hair, doesn't he? He's but again, we've got to put the pressure on these areas.
Yep.
Not allow them to do what he's just done there, Jimenez.
Yeah, you don't want him. Park. Yeah.
You allow them far too much room, and like I say, respect.
Traore now.
Damage you. Traore is always going to try and get onto his left foot.
Mm-hmm. Smith Rowe. Iwobi. Cross. Out. Good job by Shar. Nobody there, though, for them.
Yeah, nobody attacking this ball. I mean, that's that half space again. We go too deep, and when the ball goes to that 50-50, I think we've got to be out quicker to that, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. It's 32 Smith. Yeah, that's Smith Rowe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Iwobi.
Smith Rowe is a clever player. He'll always try and find the pockets of space to get into, and always give Fulham an outlet.
Yep.
Fulham are certainly coming more into the game.
Traore with a block cross from Hall.
Started off well in the first 4 minutes, but it's been certainly all Fulham over the last few minutes.
We really seem to be backed off a little bit more than normal. I know that we haven't pressed like we have the past few seasons this entire year, but this one seems to we're backed off a little bit more.
But this is what I said, but it's about managing teams now rather than going for the throat. And I think as we alluded to before the start of the game, we haven't got a deep squad. And if any of these players, and I'm saying any of them, get injured, apart from maybe the back four, we've got cover for.
Oh my gosh, that just went over Shar's
We
head.
certainly haven't got anything regarding the midfield or centre forward line that can come on and change the game. And we've seen that. Whenever we make changes in the side, we don't seem to have anybody that's going to come on and change the way we play.
It's true. I didn't like this corner. Shar letting one go over his head again to Jimenez. Obviously, it wasn't in a very dangerous place, but
no. But he had a free header.
Yeah.
Unchallenged. He
could have made a pass there.
Well, he headed it back into the danger zone, and I think that's the thing for me is the case of, Share just seems so flat-footed when it comes to attacking set pieces. Certainly our weakest link at the minute.
I hate it because that's my boy.
Yeah, well, like I said, we all know he's got the competence with the ball at his feet. But we still, I still think that, like I said, the lad just gives far too many chances away. And against decent opposition, you are going to get hurt.
Yep. So we're back to Shar here, bringing it up, looking for an outlet. Now we're over to Murphy. Murphy back to Shar. Looking at probably Byrne. Yep, going over to Byrne. That's probably going to end up at Lewis Hall's foot. There it goes. Gordon coming towards the middle here. Taking on two. He's going to have to let that go. Back to Tonali. Back to Shar. Back to Byrne.
Just having a look at what you've just seen there, I was saying to you about Lewis Hall and Gordon playing in the same zones.
Yep.
And you saw, Lewis Hall will go over the overlap and stay the width, and Gordon then will play more into the inside left position when he runs forward, when he gives the ball. That's a good little ball.
Nice from Bruno. Look at Tonali.
Yeah.
Over to Murphy. Cross to Tonali in the box. Back to Bruno.
Bruno.
Up to Tonali. Oh, my goodness. Come on. Somebody put a shot on. Isak. Header. Tonali. Just a tough touch, and he just touched it a little too hard there.
Yeah.
Getting a little... It looked like a tough ball.
A little bit too intricate for me, that one.
But, yeah, we're getting a little bit too dinky there. I liked the pass back to Tonali, but it looked like Tonali just could not quite keep it at his feet. And then after the Isak header, Tonali with a tough touch, and it goes out of bounds for a goal kick.
Yeah. Leno goes long.
So who is that? Byrne giving it to Traore.
Yeah.
J7 destroying Traore. Foul on J7. He looked like he probably did get a foul in there.
Yeah. Little tap on the ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, that was, again, that's me with Newcastle. I think it's a case of who's going to take responsibility. When we had the previous shout, and Tonali, Bruno, and then Bruno fizzes another ball into Tonali, and it was like a case of you had an opportunity there to get it at your feet and have a shot.
Yeah.
Bruno had lots of space on the edge of the box. I understood the pass, don't get me wrong, I understand the pass, but I think sometimes we try and play there's too many touches in and around the box for me.
Going wide to Robinson here. Fulham with the ball, bringing it up. There's another foul, and he's letting it through. They're letting it play. Iwobi now, bringing it up the left hand. Over to Jimenez. Back to Anthony Robinson. Passing it to, who is that? Who's that 16? Over to Anderson.
Yeah.
And it looks like an interception by, who was that, Byrne?
Good ball. Great ball.
Great ball to Murphy.
Murphy.
Robinson on him. He's going to take a shot for some reason.
I tell you, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you've got the confidence to have a go, obviously that one didn't go anywhere near the goal. But I mean, that's the difference. When Murphy has a look, he's only got one thing in mind, and that's to shoot. Where a lot of our other players, our more technically gifted players, seem to want that extra touch or pass.
And it was probably a good move on his part. He was all alone with Robinson breathing down his backside, so why not have it go?
I think he was only ever going to go wider. So
Yeah.
the chance of him having a shot on goal from that angle, it was always, like I say, it was a swing of the boot.
So
But I've seen
Bruno
them go in
Tonali
from him.
Well
done.
to Hall now. Hall looking for Gordon. Nice pass from Hall. Gordon just could not quite get it down at his feet. Up to Traore. Fulham have the ball now. Anderson overshooting Jimenez, and then Byrne putting it out. So it's been a fairly open game. Not a whole lot of shots on target from either team. A little bit sloppy.
Yeah.
Like you say, I would like to see us start putting shots on target, making the keeper do something.
Well, I mean, like I say, it's 15 minutes into the game now, and yeah, we've been on top. But again, it's about responsibility. I think sometimes when you're on top, somebody has to take responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, J7 there,
destroyed.
Yeah, Lukic. He's just gone straight through Lukic there. It was a body, it was shoulder to shoulder, if you like, but there was only ever going to be one winner there.
Yeah. Anytime you see something that physical, they're going to blow the whistle regardless of what it actually was.
Yeah, exactly. I am going to start the afternoon with a roomies. It's called Midnight Sun, this one.
Okay, there you go.
These are worldwide ales.
Nice.
I don't know where this one's from, actually.
All right, Gordon with the ball to Isak, back to Gordon, up to Bruno, back to Isak.
Well done.
Let Isak. Oh, there's a foul from Anderson on the edge of the box. I think there's a card shown. Yep, yellow card for Anderson for that one. First card of the game. That's good.
Going to stop him a little bit. It looks like Anderson's got the role of the Isak task.
Yeah, and he's playing physical.
Oh, look at that.
Can't do that again.
Cloud line, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's a one and done for you. So he knew. See, these defenders, these central midfield or defenders are so nervous. Isak makes the touch, and they are scared.
Yeah.
So what do they do?
That's what I said. He's putting the fear of God up a lot of them. Do they get tight or do they stand off? And like I said, against Bournemouth, we couldn't get out of our half against Bournemouth. So Isak had no support whatsoever.
Exactly. He wasn't getting service.
No.
So Gordon and Hall figuring out what they're going to do. Looks like Gordon with one into the box to Byrne. Byrne destroyed whoever was in front of him. But Murphy now on the right side. To Bruno, back to Murphy. Nice move. Can he get to it? Yeah. Puts an airmail to Byrne. Anderson with the cleared header. That's a Iwobi off of Tonali. And we have possession again. Schär dribbling inside. Really doing a good job there. Who's that? Byrne? Oh, goodness. What is their defense all doing there?
Left wing. Which is usual. Like I say, we always tend to keep our two centre-halves high. From set pieces, and why don't we score more goals from set pieces with somebody of 6 foot 6?
Well, Byrne can't clear a piece of paper when he jumps. That's what I always say. So if you can jump higher than 6'7", which a lot of players can,
it's crazy, isn't it? We never look like scoring.
Yeah, you get out jumped. I mean, he just gets out jumped, and when he does get his head on it, it's typically over the top. So. Byrne's been a great defensive player this year, but offensively he hasn't done a whole lot for us.
He's not done it. Yeah, exactly. We don't seem to score many headers. I think we've only scored 6, I believe, all season.
And that's kind of where that's where you see Botman. You want to see Botman.
Yeah.
That's why I think Botman probably was playing. In fact, I think one of the goals against, was it Arsenal? Botman put a nice header up. It glanced off of his head, and I think we had a through ball that allowed us to score.
Yeah.
That's something that Botman does bring to the table for us that Byrne really doesn't. But defensively, Byrne's been too good. That is horrible from J7, giving it up straight in the middle of the field to Raul Jimenez.
Yeah.
Tonali knocking it back. Iwobi still has it. And back to Anthony Robinson. Fulham bringing it up now.
Everton are already 3 up against Leicester.
Wow. Everton are playing... They're like having flashbacks of the first time Moyes was there.
Certainly been rejuvenated, haven't they, from
definitely.
Moyes reappearing.
I think West Ham are... Oh, my goodness. Come on, get rid of it, boys. Bruno, good job, Bruno, fighting through it there. And then he just got fouled by Anthony. And a yellow card. Wow, for that. Okay, I'll take it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Two of their 4 defenders now with yellows.
Stopping the attack, wasn't it? So, and with them in a forward, and you're going to get that these days. And like I said, that's how many bodies they added in around that attack. It was a bit of a free for all, wasn't it?
Yep.
And once Bruno had got past Anthony would. I mean, they'd got cover behind them. So again, these are the yellow cards that annoy me sometimes because they'll matter at some point in the game,
right?
Because there's lots of players behind him there.
Oh yeah,
that were covering him.
Yep. Over to Hall.
Great ball to
Hall. Yep, he made it. He got there. So we're on the left side of Hall, bringing it back to J7. Over to Shar again in the middle of the park. Back to Byrne, left side middle. J7 now. Into the center with Tonali. Bruno. Getting pushed back a little bit here. Tino. Bruno again. Right side now. And he just destroyed somebody's ankle.
Yeah.
Over to Gordon. I wonder what the crowd thought of that.
Anthony.
Gordon makes a mistake and kicks it out of bounds, but that's all right. That guy's ankle.
Yeah. That's crazy, wasn't it?
In basketball, the crowd would have gone absolutely crazy. So I wonder how the crowd reacted to that. All right, so throw in on the Fulham right side of the pitch. Seeming to have a hard time. Well done. Header to the keep. Now up to Robinson. Robinson now has a lot of green grass ahead of him on the left. That's Tonali chasing him down. Doing what Tonali does. Tonali now against Iwobi. Iwobi, okay. That was a good idea. Iwobi tried to float one in. There was a nice kind of back post run, but it just didn't quite come off. Now Gordon coming up. Left side. Out in front here, but there's not a whole lot for him.
Oh.
Just Isak needed to kind of come towards the middle a little bit more.
Yeah, he looked a little bit lackluster there, didn't he?
Yeah, he stayed way too far left. I don't understand that.
Yeah, he should. For me, he should have always made that diagonal run with him.
Yeah, try to become open for him. I think Gordon's telling him that right now. Like, where you at? Isak kind of gave up on it. I don't get it. He just was too shallow. He needed to go towards the goal there.
Yeah, crazy. A little bit of pressure there from the Mags.
So Iwobi just got shoved like crazy from Shar. No whistle. I'm all about that.
Yeah, keep that going.
So Tonali with the ball. Back to Shar. Murphy had a nice run there, but now it's off Tino's foot. Kind of Shar dribbled it into trouble instead of making a pass, but I think that pass may have been difficult to see with the players in front of him. Anderson now bringing it up for Fulham in the side of the circle. Basically, now he's to the right.
Castagna's done. He's been involved a lot down that right hand side. To be fair, Castagna. He's done okay for Fulham, but I mean, again, when you look at defensively, we do certainly look between Lewis Hall and Anthony Gordon to have the ability to attack their right hand side or their right back, and get something from it.
Murphy has been good in this one so far, as well. Been really good.
Come on,
Tonali couldn't quite get rid of it there, and it's back to Fulham. Anderson up to Traore, trying to get it to him. Traore outrunning Hall. Right side, Hall and Traore into the box behind Iwobi. He's leaving it for Anthony Robinson to make a cross. Great job by Byrne on Jimenez.
No seconds.
And there we go. Poor pass from Tino there. Gave it right back to Fulham. Robinson with the ball now at the midline. Anderson now.
It's all in the middle, isn't it? It's what I call the three-quarter game.
Yep.
Everything just in front of our box, everything in front of their box. nothing actually exciting in these first 25 minutes, if I'm honest.
Not been the best watch, not been the funnest game. It's not been dull, but...
Oh, no, not at all.
Here comes Iwobi now. Lots of green in front of him. Over to Robinson. Robinson's going to try to pick out a cross, and he found Bruno's chest, thankfully. Tino running up. Bruno with a beautiful pass to Tino's foot. Bruno's touch is on point right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, he seems to be the highlight of the squad so far, if I'm honest.
Yeah, he's made some just incredible tight passes. But back to Fulham. Smith Rowe now. Looking for an outlet to Iwobi. Now he's making a run up. Iwobi going back to, who was that? 16. He's kind of trying to, now to Robinson. Robinson back into the Fulham half. Back to Robinson. We're doing a good job of slowing him down, stifling. Yeah. Burn to Tonali. Tonali couldn't quite get it to J7, but J7 made a nice recovery there. Now we're heading up the left side. Gordon in front of J7. J7 finds Gordon. Gordon one-on-one against... Oh, back to J7. He's open. Take a shot.
Come on.
Gordon takes the shot. I think Gordon got annoyed that J7 didn't shoot, and he said, I'm going to shoot this.
Yeah.
It was a horrible shank, but...
He was he has got no shape whatsoever to actually get that on target, has he? But there, it was a little bit of a slip from J7. I thought he was going to have a go. And then all of a sudden, like I say, it's a little bit behind Anthony Gordon, so he swings a foot at it, but it's nowhere near goal.
We're not doing what we're doing exactly what you said. Somebody needs to take charge there. J7 should have taken a shot. Make the keeper do something. Isak's in the box there. If you make the keeper do something and it's a deflection, Isak's there. So take a shot, fellas. Put something on the keeper here.
Look at the pace of Traore.
Traore's just turned on the burner.
That's all he's got, unfortunately, hasn't he? He hasn't got a lot when it comes to
So J7's being warned here. He basically cannot make another tough foul. J7's getting a yellow today. So he's going to be right back in the book. I don't know how many more yellows he's allowed until he gets another suspension. But he seems undefeated in terms of yellows per game.
Yeah, you can understand why Silva's a little bit annoyed, though, when you look at the 2 yellows that the Fulham players have got. That was a bit naughty from Jason.
It was. Very late. For no reason. Just poor decision-making on his part.
Yep. But again, this is what I've been saying. He doesn't seem to be at the races recently.
No.
With a lot of things that he's doing.
Yeah.
But again, he's what you want in the middle of the park because he certainly breaks play up.
Yes.
But again, he's going to be suspended before you know it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thankfully, we got Miley.
Well, that's true. That is true.
Shar bringing it up to J7, getting pushed off the ball. Back to Shar.
Come on. Oh.
Great save. Excellent save from the keeper there.
Yeah.
That was a great save. Great
Shar
job.
Did well as well.
Yeah, Shar did great with his run up the middle. Great pass. I think it was Bruno again, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think it was a give and go.
Bruno is just crazy right now. If Bruno can find Isak in a situation like that, we're going to score. Great job, Tonali.
Yeah, blocked that one.
Fulham bringing it up. Player's tripped.
That's a foul. That's going to be
just a crazy situation. Unlucky from Tonali. Thankfully, not a card. Would have hated to see that as a card. Kind of a awkward situation. Excellent save here. Yeah, Bruno is just on fire right now. Excellent save from the keeper. He did a great job of seeing that pass from Bruno. That's actually just a world-class save, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was. In actual fact, it was a good tackle. I think whoever that was it Lukic that got back to actually get a foot on that because I think Shaw had a shot on goal, but it was literally just the slightest deflection that took it towards the keeper.
And then it hit the keeper in the chest. Keeper did a great job of seeing that through pass and just shot out. Great move from him. Shar out of bounds. Iwobi. With
good news for us, though. Liverpool have just scored against Bournemouth.
I'll take it. I'll take a Bournemouth loss here.
Mo Salah again.
Salah, my goodness. This has been a heck of a season in the Premier League.
Yeah, it has. It's crazy the way Mo Salah is.
Don't take it for granted what we're watching. With Salah, with Forest, with Bournemouth's run. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But Newcastle 9 in a row, 10 of 11. That's what I'm all about. So we're back here with the Fulham keep. He's sending it down, straight down the middle. Great run from Jimenez. I'm not sure what is going on here. He almost had a wide open shot. Shar just
a ball over the top
scary.
again, wasn't it? Yeah.
Shar has been scary. But Tino seemed to just kind of not really be sprinting like he can. He's faster than Jimenez. And we just got a foul call right on the...
Bruno saying, well, what was that for?
Jimenez still has some speed in him. But I don't know. Tino, obviously it's not Tino's man. This is Shard. Shard just got smoked.
Yeah, it was just over the top, wasn't it? I mean, Tino was coming in off the angle, but again, it seemed a bit lackluster for me. It was like,
they looked
I'm
like
just going to ball watch, and nobody wanted to break in strides to get back, if you like.
Yes, I agree with that. Neither one of them wanted to bust their butt. It seemed like.
And I've said it from, for me, I've said it from the start of the season to a degree. As much as I do admire what Tino brings, I still think there's a problem. He does ball watch a little bit too much for me.
He does, yeah. Okay, Tonali with an interception to Bruno. Bruno finds J7 in the middle of the pitch.
Now do something.
Isak holding it up there. Bruno now loses it. Oh my goodness, this has been sloppy.
It's odd. It's like I said, nothing that they've tried to do in that middle of the park.
Turning Lewis around, cross into the box. Jimenez. Oh, thank God, Shar got to that. That just went over Jimenez. That's a Jimenez goal all day right there.
Yeah, I thought that was typical Jimenez create that space then, wasn't he?
Yeah,
just on that back stick.
Shar just got his head to it.
Yeah,
he just nicked it over the top of Jimenez. Isak having to come way up the pitch for the ball, getting shoved by 3.
Oh, yeah,
we got to find Isak in a better position than this.
Yeah.
This ain't good. That's not good enough. Sharth, great. As all the things we were just talking about, Shar, he did a great job there. You'll watch here. The ball just skims off his head. He had to get to that.
He did. Absolutely. Yeah, because Jimenez was just on the back door there, just waiting for him to miss that.
So we got Tino making a run.
Great ball.
Again, Bruno, just beautiful passing, and Tino running into nothing. Needs to make the pass. He doesn't.
Yep. Holds on to it far too more.
Yep. Anthony nicks it off his foot, and now the counter. Good job from Murphy being back for Tino, and Iwobi doing it what Iwobi does.
Shocking, isn't it? That is poor.
Yeah, this is why I don't rate him.
Normally I didn't rate him when he was at Arsenal. He again, it's that final ball, isn't it? Caught in two minds and gives you nothing, and you're like,
just puts it in between.
Yeah.
To the other team. So, foul on Fulham. It's been an interesting game. Very interesting because it's been ugly, but it's not been boring either.
No, but again, it's all been fought in the 3 quarters. It's that 3 quarters of the pitch between each half, if you like, in the middle of the park, where again it's been sloppy. I don't think we've been clinical enough with the balls out of our feet. The ball's been stuck a little bit underneath us, and as much as we've competed in there, we've allowed Fulham the space as we are again now.
Right now, Iwobi on the left side, bringing it up, crossing it in. Be careful. Troy smashing into Hall, but getting a header down. Hopefully Hall's okay getting hit by a tank.
The body slam.
Iwobi's cross there was just kind of hung up in the air. You could tell that Traore was going to have to come in hot to do anything with it. And he did, but he was not on target. So,
Tony T and the Revenge of the Crumpet Man just said, hardly heard a mention of Gordon or Murphy. That's mainly because we've been very central.
Yes, we have.
The balls have, as much as they've come up into them zones, we've played very centrally today. We've not really hit Gordon with a couple in the first 10 minutes, but after that, it's been, like you say, there's non-existent.
Yeah, Murphy's had some decent actions, but for the most part, he's not getting the ball. Gordon has got the ball, but here we go, up to Isak. Nice quick free kick.
Ball.
Hung one up in the air. But Tonali now putting a shot on
yes.
target.
Oh,
Off the
what
bar.
a shot! What a shot!
Come on, how
from
does that not
Tonali.
go in, man?
What a shot that was. What was that, 30 yards?
Tonali's he's been so unlucky this season. He's had like
foot
3.
in the air from Fab. Oh, I thought that was shot. It's not.
He's had 3 now.
Yellow
that
card
have
for Burn.
bounced off the post this season. So unlucky.
Oof, that is a rocket shot, that.
So who was that? Shar that found Isak. Isak into the box.
Distribute it into the box towards Burn.
Robinson with the header.
Clear.
Up to Tonali, and Tonali crushes it off the freaking bar.
Yeah, about 30,
And then
35 yards, that.
Kicks the defender and gets a yellow.
Oof, what a shot that is.
Oh, my goodness. It was always going away, but Burn shouldn't have done that. I don't know why he put his foot in the air like that.
Leno hadn't got a chance with that, though. It was such a great shot.
Yeah, oh yeah. That was going in if it was just a few inches one way. Dang it. That was our best chance.
It was. Bournemouth have just equalised against Liverpool.
Wow, Bournemouth are playing some football right now. Who scored for them?
Not sure yet. It'll tell me.
Jimenez up to Wyobi, out of bounds. Give us the ball. So, Tino in our side of the pitch here, right side, trying to find somebody. J7.
Not the side, don't mess about there.
No,
Gone quite
Burn
deep
to
in the box. Nice outlet towards Gordon.
Gordon
does a nice
who's
turn
beat his
there.
defender.
Come on.
Isak needs to make a run for him.
3-on-3. Go on, Gordon.
There we go.
Murphy!
Murphy,
Get in!
Murphy! Gordon
Well,
assist. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go.
go.
Get in!
Excellent.
Well, somebody
we
said
just
they
said we
hadn't,
didn't see
heard of Murphy or Gordon.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
have now.
Yes.
Absolutely. Jacob
Needed that.
Murphy.
Needed that so bad. I think that's going to open some things up for us now.
Well, it opens them up, doesn't it? You know
Yes.
what I mean? They've got to do something now. And again, well done, because that was Big Dan Burn. Gordon comes deep to get the ball, and he just turns. He lets the momentum of the ball beat the player, and drives into the box. It's a deflection into Murphy's
all
black,
the way around.
and then bang! Great goal.
That was a great turn from Gordon. That bounce.
It was stunning turn. Absolutely
Outstanding.
melted the defender.
Yes.
Like I say, a lucky deflection, if you like. It fell directly into the path of Murphy, but you've got to be in the right places. You know.
Needed that. Great shot by Murphy. Murphy's continuing that purple patch. Where's the song, baby? Where is the song?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where's the Murphy song? He deserves it. I don't care what you say, Beer. Murphy deserves a song.
It looks like Bournemouth's goal was ruled out, so it's gone back to 1-0.
Hey, they're obviously pressing Liverpool.
Yeah, they're certainly, they are involved with it. There's a chance here for Fulham.
Fulham bringing it up. Smith Rowe. Iwobi. We do not want to give up one right away here. Great job from Tino. Come on, guys, buckle down.
And again, it goes without saying that
random access.
We've got.
Thank you. Big gifted a membership to Stephen Fawcett. Stephen, welcome.
Yeah, welcome, Stephen.
Thanks so much, Random.
Short corner.
Good to have you here, Stephen. So Iwobi, back to Iwobi now. He's going to put a cross in. Dangerous location. Great header out of Bruno. Anthony
the ball again.
Robinson tried to take a shot and it bounced off Bruno's back. Anderson putting in a dangerous cross in. Be careful, as Chris would say.
3-on-3 there. Well done, Murphy.
Great move. Yeah, great move there. Let's move it. Let's keep going, guys. Then he
dodgy ball though, wasn't it?
Very dodgy.
Yeah, he saw Tonali and Gordon on the left-hand side, and he tried a crossfield ball, but Tino picks the ball back up here.
Come on, Tino.
Isak, back to Tino. Go on, Tino.
Come on, Tino.
Go on, Tino.
Put it on. Oh, great save. Excellent.
Yeah.
That keeper's...
Yeah, he's done well, actually.
Now.
Yeah.
That was a very nice placement. If he just could have got it off the ground a little bit, though.
Yeah, his first touch, Tino's first touch, I don't think was the best.
Dang it.
But like I say, it was another shot on goal.
Oh.
Got a chance here.
Raul by himself.
Jimenez.
Tino hadn't gotten back yet. And
just
there's
tried
a nice
sneak.
job. Char staying in front.
Look, that's another thing from Tino. Look,
But
see that there?
Murphy
Bruno just tried to play him in there, but Tino's just flat-footed, waiting. Because he's done his run now. He's just gasping at the minute.
Yeah. So Anthony Robinson at the top here, bringing it in. Raul, step in front by Tonali, doing what Tonali does. Anthony Robinson now.
Bruno trying to win a free kick.
Did that go out? That didn't go out.
No, still carrying on.
Looked like it went out, but
Isaac, see Isaac there. He's having a right chat to.
Bruno
stayed down.
That's not good. Hopefully,
no. Got his hand in the air.
He got a pretty good knock from Robinson. Robinson is a very solid player. Guys,
I don't know what happened there. To be fair, because like I say, Anthony Robinson went to go.
He's looking in his lower region. Oh, that's thigh.
It's like
in his thigh.
I'm hoping he hasn't done a groin or something here.
Looks
you watch
like maybe
this.
A thigh.
Anthony Robinson comes in, doesn't actually touch him.
No.
Bruno goes down on towards his back, then tries to get back up, and straight away here he grimaces. So I don't know whether he's done a groin, but just having a look at the Tino chance again. Look, what's his first touch?
Yeah.
Actually, he doesn't get from underneath his feet a little bit, does it? It's like he runs onto it, but then he scuffs his shot.
He overshot his setup foot, overshot where it needed to be, and he scuffed it.
Again, I don't know whether he was 2 minds there for.
Bruno's okay, he'll be all right.
Yeah, Bruno's a grimace in here a bit. It looked like he was in 2 minds, Tino, whether to try and get Gordon in or have a go at that near at far post. But he had a shot because Gordon was nowhere near him, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, he just needed to shoot that. That was very clear. Take the shot, man.
Yeah. Just scuffed the shot a little bit, didn't he?
But he scuffed it. He over his plant foot. He overshot it.
But just showing you the Murphy finish. Great finish from Murphy again.
Crowd getting into it. That's what we needed.
Yeah, absolutely. Get in.
Be nice to put another one in before half, but let's see how things go here. Anthony Robinson now. On Tino. Iwobi. So now there goes J7, Raul, Jimenez. And floater in the middle. Good job from Tino. Another floated ball. Looks like J7's there. And he loses it to Iwobi. Iwobi now. Good job from Murphy. Bruno's back in the match and he looks fine.
Yeah. Running freely. Ball over the top towards Isaac.
Such a pass. What a touch. Oh.
Yeah, it was a good covering back there, to be fair, because, like I say, Isaac's first touch again seemed to just get it into his feet, but there was a defender just getting back and managed to get it back to Leno.
Bruno put that in the only place that it could have gone. I mean,
yeah, I agree. I mean,
like a quarterback
well
in American football that's just unstoppable right now. Just dimes is what we call it in America. Just
yeah. Put it on the sixpence. Yeah, but Isaac's not been happy with some of the, obviously, the supply. But look at that
touch.
His first touch, and he was running in behind there.
What a touch.
Yeah. He can tell, look. He knows himself. He's got his hands on his head.
Wow.
His first touch is amazing at the minute.
So Tino with the throw in on the right side, looking for somebody. And he finds... I told
you about me lucky dog, didn't I, Brent? See? There's always a time to open the dog.
Yeah, there you go. Murphy with a poor turnover and a foul.
Really funny, though, with the stats of Fulham. Fulham, very rarely, away from home this is, not home, very rarely score first or in the first half.
Wow.
But always score or look at scoring 2 in the second half.
So you know they're still confident.
Oh, well, like I said, stats don't lie. It's been an average for them this season, with a lot of their goals coming post-half time. So 1-0, it's a good scoreline for us. it certainly isn't a done deal yet.
No, and it's not going to put their minds back. They're thinking we can still do this. So, but right before halftime, if we could do something here, Traore though looking like he's wanting to do something. Burn on Traore. Traore over to I think that's Smith Rowe. Low cross into Raul, and Dubs
It
just
was
let.
behind him, wasn't it?
To be fair, Dubs hasn't had to do a whole lot, and knock on wood, that's what we like to see.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, they haven't had a lot of chances. As apt as it looks, we've smothered most of. It's looked awkward at times. Don't get me wrong, but like I say, we've limited them to very small efforts that have gone wide. And like I say, anything that's come under Dubs' bar, Dubs has collected well. So, you've got to give credit where credit's due. They don't look like troubling us at this present moment in time.
So, J7, Gordon.
Why didn't he play that ball in, J7 there? Because
Oh,
Isak
man.
was on the turn.
He
was clear.
And Gordon turns it over now. Traore, Anderson trying to get it up the field now to Raul, but Burn with the foot in.
Well done.
To Bruno, back to Gordon. To Murphy. Murphy just couldn't control it in the middle of all that traffic. Burns
There
up
was
the
lots
pitch.
of body around him all of a sudden. wasn't there?
J7 just got a yellow. It's not. He's not going to show it yet, but J7 just.
he's gonna
got
go
his
back
foot
to
out
him,
for
isn't he?
absolutely no reason, and
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing there. Shar now back to Dubs. Dubs kicking it way up the pitch here. Anderson, good job there. Fulham with the ball in the center circle. Murphy trying to get back. Anthony Robinson, now Iwobi. Murphy on Iwobi. Iwobi with a floated cross. He likes those floated crosses.
He does, doesn't he?
J7 now. Trying to find Bruno. Bruno. Up the
well
middle.
done, Bruno.
Great job. And he's fouled. And he's not. He's wiping it off.
No.
He said no.
No.
Which, that looked like he fell
Yeah.
way too easy.
Bruno just goes down expecting
Yeah.
the fouls, mate, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think a lot of referees will be seeing him now as being one of the... here we go. He's the
Here comes
J7
the
yellow
yellow for
card.
J7. Just a stupid foul.
Yeah. I was hoping that ball doesn't go out, because hopefully we'd get to half time without...
Just dumb.
Yeah. It was always going to happen. You could see it. It was on the cards.
And he's I don't know what he's like. I feel like Miley needs to come in a half. He's just not done anything for us but foul.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, he's not had a great game either. So, like I said, what are you expecting from him? And if he's in there as a stopper and to disrupt play, these aren't technically gifted players.
Right.
You can play triangles, you can give and go type of players. That's what the type of play you need against Fulham, because what Isak's been screaming of all game is delivery.
Yep.
And, there's only been one player out of the middle three, if I'm honest with you, which has been Bruno, that looks like even serving him. Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
J7 out to,
Come on, guys.
Gordon.
Put one in before half. Gordon with the ball on the edge.
To J7.
J7, who... All right, corner. I'll take it.
Yeah, hopefully we get this in before.
What, are they saying that wasn't a corner? Oh, he's
No, I
blowing
think
the whistle for
He's
half?
blown. Yeah, he's blown.
All right, well.
Interesting first half. Yeah, 3 up now, Everton. Having a right go there.
I tell you what, like I was saying, I think West Ham are regretting their managerial choices at this point of the season.
Yeah. I think when Eddie Howe was under pressure, and there was a lot of talk about, we went through a bit of a dull slot, and everybody was saying, "Oh, we need a change. I kept saying, sometimes it's just you do get that bounce, but you don't always get the reaction on the long run, and there was only when you're down the bottom and you're looking at like the likes of Everton, there's only really one way you can go, and that's the thing with Everton. And obviously we know they're trying to get a couple of deals towards the the end of the transfer window, January transfer window, just to support, because obviously, as we have Callum Wilson, they have Dominic Calvin-Lewin, who obviously we've been linked with as well, who again has gone with a hamstring injury, very similar to Wilson, Callum Wilson. So, I look at it and I keep saying to myself, when you've got a manager like Moyes, who's he's long in the tooth now, very experienced, he will try and get that extra 5% from players.
Yeah.
But again, I still look at Everton. They've had a bit of a good run over the last few games. The competition that they've faced hasn't been amazing. Obviously, Wednesday when they play Liverpool in the derby, you're going to probably see the true Everton. So it is going to be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
So, your thoughts on the first half? Anything striking?
Tonali's done well. Bruno has been my man of the match so far.
Yeah,
Murphy's had a few moments. Obviously, the goal being a big one. Gordon with the assist there, which is what we like to see. Shar has made us nervous, and J7 has made us nervous a few times.
Yeah.
Outside of that, everybody else has played well for the most part. Tino had a moment. But yeah, it's been an interesting game. It's not... Fulham haven't looked like scoring, but at the same time, they've looked dangerous. So...
I'm just looking at that shot again from Tonali. It was crazy, wasn't it?
That was a heck of a shot. So it's been interesting. It's been an interesting game. This game is not going to end 1-0. I'll say that right now. I don't believe. I think we got to put another one or two across the line, not only for to help us win this, but also to help our goal differential, since Forrest decided to score 7 today.
Right. So FU saying Livramento is doing well. I'm not 100% sure I agree with it. He's looked a little bit flat-footed at times for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I say, again, when he went forward and had the shot at goal, it was a lovely ball fed into his path from Isak. And again, he just didn't seem to get that. His first touch took him away from goal a little bit rather than towards goal, where he would have opened up a little bit more of an opportunity. But at the end of the day, he's a fullback. He's not an attacking player. But it was an opportunity.
I really think J7 has been our biggest liability. I
agree.
I actually really like Miley in this one. I know that the physicality maybe could make some people nervous with him, but I think Miley's control, because one of the things that I think we're not doing well, Bruno's finding really nice passes and Tonali's intercepting well, but I feel like our midfield could hold on to the ball a little bit better. And I think
we've been a bit sloppy.
Yeah, I think Miley for J7 could do that. J7, every time he's got the ball in this one, I've just felt like he's going to lose it almost immediately. So,
yeah, I agree. I mean, the one thing with the system that we've got, and again, I'll go back to the way Eddie Howe plays with this fluid 3 in the middle, is you've got to have 3 players all on the same hymn sheet. And for me, like I say, for the last couple of games for me now, J7 hasn't been on that same pain for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't get me wrong, his positioning isn't a problem. It's that technical ability, and he looks awkward at the best of times, and he puts his foot in when there's no need to. People will always say, well, you always need J7 in the side, but take your blinkers off. When the last time J7 had a good game? Well, like I said, we're not saying he hasn't a good game, Kenny. We're saying he's, for me, consistently now, he's been one of our poorer players. And when you think about it through the middle, we are going to... That's where you win and lose games, man. And I've said it from day one,
Yep.
So I'm like you. My only concern by taking J7 off the park would be the fact that Eddie Howe likes the tendency or tries to keep a balance. So when a player looks, and again we go back to the bottom and in the right centre-back position, he likes the players to be free. So what we've had a tendency of doing in the past is moving Bruno to that inside left position, the J7 position, and then bringing Marley onto the right, naturally right-sided, and he seems a bit to free himself up a little bit more. I sometimes go against that because it's too many changes to make one substitution. So if he's going to do something like that, I would rather him say, like, let's change the way we set up a little bit rather than going 3 fluid and maybe just throw Miley a little bit further forward. Take J7 off and just say to Miley, go and sit in the half space.
Yeah, I actually like that because that's really where we're having issues. We're getting the ball on our side of the pitch. Bruno and Tonali are getting it, but the outlet's not there at the moment. Obviously, Isak, we found him a couple times, but we're having issues getting it to him. So maybe Miley a little bit higher up the pitch could help.
Like rugby analysts have said that Fulham have beaten our press. Now, you made a comment earlier that we don't press anymore. We're not tight. We're not pushing them back.
Yeah, we're really not pressing in this one.
No, and we've not been pressing for a long time now. We seem to just put this 4-5-1 wall up, or go back if Murphy then drops into the back line, a 5-4-1, and wait for the opposition to make a mistake and then go from there. So I agree with that. I agree with what rugby analysis is saying. They are beating the lines and putting balls between Tonali and Bruno, who have been probably our standouts. But again, it's a case of, are we creating our own issue by isolating the likes of J7 the way he has been in the first half? J7 just seems to be the one now who's going to go and kick an opposition. So, you've got to start asking the question now: is it worth making that early change?
According to SofaScore, J7 is the lowest rated player on the pitch from both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, you certainly don't have to be a mathematical genius to see that, or a technically gifted pundit. It's obvious in front of you. Yeah. And I've said it for a long time now. J7 is one of our weakest players, and it's only going to be a matter of time before he's taken out this side.
Yeah, I hope so. I definitely think Howe has a like for him a lot, but based on this year's kind of changes that he's made and things that he's done, I think Howe's changed a little bit. He's not going to keep players out there that aren't performing as much as we probably expected in the past. So, yep, Bruno and Murphy are the 2 highest rated players, with Lewis, Hall, and Lukic. I don't know why Lukic just has such a high rating. Their keeper, Leno, has a really high rating as well, of course. He's done really well. Made a couple really nice saves. So at half, we got Byrne on a yellow, J7 on a yellow. They have Anderson and Robinson on a yellow. So in terms of attack, I definitely think going at Anderson is going to be a big plus.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to be so physical. So if we can find Isak in a nice run, a nice position, hopefully we can make the ref make a decision. Absolutely. Or him to make a decision.
Just while we've got a small moment of time, if you like, we've just going on today's results so far at half-time. We've got, obviously, Forest hammering Brighton 7-0 in the early kickoff, 12:30. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. Everton 3, Leicester 0. Ipswich 1, Southampton 1. Newcastle 1 and Fulham 0. And obviously we've got the late kickoff at 5:30 British time. We've got Wolves and Villa in the afternoon kickoff. So again, a couple of results, or one result going for us, one result going against us to a degree. So it'll be interesting to see what happens later on, because
Gary, I think Wolves, your camera has frozen.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm looking at the live stream, and you're frozen. You're frozen on my screen as well. So
I'm completely off on my screen. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to jump back out and jump back in again, buddy.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, I'm with you there on rugby. Go after their their guys on yellow, especially Anderson. He's a good defender, so if we can really go at him. Obviously, they are probably going to go at Byrne and J7. I just think J7, he's been poor today. Made a lot of really poor decisions tackle wise. So yeah, I think Howe has a decision to make. There you go. Howe has a decision to make with J7. He's just been all the way around poor, in my opinion. So
it's the gamble, though, mate, isn't it? It's like I said, it's a terrible thing because what you don't get with.
Yeah, so Willock would probably be the guy Howe would choose.
Yeah, he would do, but the trouble is with Willock's more of a forward-minded player.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you lose then the ability of what you've had from Bruno in the first half.
Yep.
Because you would be swapping Bruno to stopping that little deeper with Willock as having the free run. So I mean it's an option, and again, we play in Fulham. We've got to remember this. These aren't going to be all seeking, all dancing. But if you give them the opportunity, as proven in the past with Fulham, they will hurt you. And we've noticed, and again, I keep saying, what Fulham team's going to turn out because they've lost points against the likes of Southampton and Ipswich, but they've gained points against some of the bigger sides. You can't afford to sit on your laurels.
Well, all we have to do is look at our last game with them. I mean, they crushed us.
But yeah.
So.
But I mean, like I say, I think we crushed ourselves that day. I think that was the point. We didn't do ourselves any favours whatsoever. Just having a quick look at any headlines, if there's anything to talk about while we are waiting.
Yeah, rugby. I mean, I see what you're saying, Beer. They need to come forward. We can stretch them with Willock, and him and Isak could link up pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Shar over the top ball, something like that. But at the same time, what you're saying, rugby, we need to keep the ball better. And Willock's not somebody who possesses the ball well. He, like we say, he's a forward player that kind of goes straight at the other team's goal for the most part. So, Miley would be more of somebody that you'd like to see if you want more ball retention.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has got the footballing brain. Willock has got the forward, and to be fair, when Willock came on the other day, he looked okay. He did get in behind a lot of the times, but to me, Willock again, he can be one of those ball watching players. He gets out of the game too easy for me. Where Miley just wants the ball, he just wants to be in and around the ball, and for me, he's an exciting young player that needs experience. Now, again, against a very mediocre Fulham side, is the ideal opportunity for me to throw him in and say, go and create. I can see the lads just coming back onto the pitch.
Let's see if there's any subs. Probably not. I don't see subs occurring, but let's see.
Nothing that I can see. Looks like the usual brigade for Newcastle. I'm not seeing anything at all from Fulham. Fulham to start and the second half. And like I say, let's fingers crossed they don't have any opportunities. Right, we're underway. Fulham look to go diagonal.
Found Jimenez.
Yep. So they continue with J7 in the middle. But like I say, he's walking on dodgy ground. That was an easy goal for Kyle Wright to come inside.
Be careful.
Got no left foot, you see. That's the trouble.
Yeah, that is true.
Tried to do something with his right foot there that I don't think he has the technical ability to do.
No. Nice move. He skinned Lewis Hall there.
Well, it was that first touch. I mean, I think as a defender, when that ball comes down, you either attack the ball in the air or you're reliant on a bad touch. Now, what you actually got
Come
there.
on.
Look at it. Just
Unlucky all the way
straight down
around.
his
Gordon
throat.
got
Yeah,
his foot to it, and then their player hit another player's back heel, and it just set up perfectly for that shot.
You see, that to me is where Hall was in two minds, because if you look, he went round in a 360 rather than just attacking the flight of the ball and attacking the space.
Nally, all right.
So we are.
Find Isak.
Oh,
he's off. He's off. Isak is off. That's going to be a flag.
No.
He's going to put it up here in a second. Watch.
Not sure whether it was him. Oh, yeah.
There it goes.
Go.
Just too late.
Too long. Yeah.
Tonali just made the pass too late.
The pass was on for ages, wasn't it? You could
see
it there. Look,
right there. And then when he finally does
it, just goes. Yeah, it was on for a country mile there. Anderson does look all over the place at the minute, though, doesn't he? Up against Tonali.
They're playing a high line. I mean, we've got to do better with our service to Isak, because they are playing up. There's opportunities here for Isak, especially.
Yeah. And it's just trying to work out something that's just not on at the minute for them. They're trying to pinpoint Iwobi on that left-hand side. And, again, I don't see Iwobi being the biggest boy in the world. Going long, that is. And again, is that all about confidence? Is going long and playing in Newcastle off and picking up the second ball, which seemed to be a very good tactic that Bournemouth had.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
J7
to Tonali. Oh, put him in a bad spot.
By two there, yeah.
Put Tonali in a very bad spot. This is not what you want to see. Smith Rowe, great save from Dubs. Traore in the box. And Bruno.
Well done,
Traore is just...
Yeah, he's just not got it, has he? That's what I said. They're going to miss Harry Wilson.
Yeah.
He's technically so much more gifted.
Great save from Dubs there.
Yeah, and again, people are going to knock, Tonali there. He was 2-on-1, and because everybody was expecting the forward ball, there was nobody that's going to get in Smith Rowe's face there. All our defenders were literally running backwards. And again, one of them needed to come out and close that line.
Did you see that somersault?
Yeah. What was that? That was crazy. It's like a dying fly.
That's hilarious. That was actually excellent. All right, cross from Gordon in the box. Didn't get past number 16 there. Raul coming all the way back. Dan Burn taking it off his foot. Raul flopping and flailing and flying all over the place.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's another one from Dan Burn, isn't it? Jumping in there. If he'd have jumped on top of that lad's foot, it's a simple yellow card, and it's like,
when he's off.
Why take the risk when you're, we're nowhere near goal? It's out on the left-hand side. Crazy.
Yeah.
Come on, Isak.
Isak with the giveaway again. We're just sloppy with possession, and this is not good. Iwobi.
Yeah.
Hall. Traore. Thank goodness it went to that kid.
Yeah, honestly, they're so poor in front of goal.
They are.
They really are poor.
Well,
I mean, that ball wasn't pressed at all, and it was literally on the 18-yard mark.
Yeah.
It was crazily. It was just so easy as well. Everybody migrates to that left-hand side.
Yep.
It's a ball that comes through to the middle.
Iwobi just should have taken a shot there early.
What's he doing there?
Then another floated cross to... It's always tough to do anything with a floated cross, because you have to do so much to it when you're trying to put it in. That was a bad giveaway on our side.
It was.
We have got to do a better job of possession here. Again, it's another case of we're not getting out of second gear. Great cross from...
But again, and again, we start talking about, where our weak points are. And it's funny how a lot of opposition coaches see our right back or our right-sided players as being the weak link.
Oh, yeah.
Because they seem to attack that area all the time.
Yeah, I think we all know that's it. I mean, it's Newcastle fans have to know that our right side is our weak point. Certainly. our right center back, our right back. They can get caught ball washing. Good job, J7.
Yeah, he took
And
it up
he's
there.
probably knee
That's
to
a
knee,
poor
maybe.
ball from Murphy.
Murphy and they're
Tries to throw into Bruno. It's just a poor ball.
and Traore coming up here with just a really bad pass.
Yeah, this is what I keep saying. You know, this is where we've got to be clinical, more clinical. You know, keep the ball, keep possession, let them come on to us, and then play the ball in and behind.
Yeah, we are not holding on to the ball. It's just been incredibly sloppy. Oh, he's fine.
He just caught one on the inside of the heel, didn't he?
Yeah.
Nothing major there. But he's complaining, as always.
Yeah. So goal kick here. J7 couldn't get to it. To
Rebound.
Gordon. Back to
Well
Gordon.
done, J7. That was nice.
Lewis Hall now. Shar. Shar to
J7's having a
Burn.
right talk to either the fourth official or Eddie Howe. I don't know who it is, or Mad Dog.
And Gordon just
There's
got
a bit of a
fouled.
takeout at the back there. Yeah, still not happy with that knock that he took on the heel. It's going to be sore for a while, that. Still talking. Yeah. Willock getting warmed up.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be on here shortly.
The only problem is we all know with J7 that he's a bit of a hothead.
Yeah.
You know, sitting on a yellow. He's just been tackled. For him, he's going to say, like, you know, it was from behind.
Yeah, late. Burn. Get up there, Burn. Yeah, too slow.
Nowhere near it.
Kind of just kept floating and floating and
Yeah,
floating.
it was in the air for a long time, wasn't it?
Come on, Newcastle. Let's get some possession here, man.
Yeah, it's a bit dire, if I'm honest. Everybody's trying to squeeze that half space. Again, you know, that's that light surge. But unless you get the rest of them doing the same, there you go. And then it's just given straight back. And that annoys me, you know. And I understand what Tonali's trying to do there by just dinking the ball over the top, expecting a run. But it's just cheap. It just gives the ball straight back to Fulham.
They almost have 60% possession.
Yeah.
We're at 41%. They're at 59%.
It's crazy.
We have far less passes. Our pass accuracy is worse. They have 2 shots on target. We have 3. They have 8 shots. We have 7. So this is not a... even though they're not looking like they're going to score, they could score.
Yeah, yeah.
And if they do, it changes everything.
Yeah, yeah.
The way we've been playing.
This isn't comfortable at all at the minute.
No, not at all. Especially the way we're playing. We're just not playing well.
Need to step up that, like I say, the middle of the park. We just need to have that ball, and once we've got the ball, is let them work. You know, keep the ball, let them run round. You get tired so quick when you haven't got the ball. But it just looks a little bit lackluster from everybody.
Yeah.
But again, I'll keep saying it. I'll take the win if we can get the win.
I will too. However, you change this to Bournemouth. If this team was Bournemouth, there's a reason we got beat 4-1.
Yeah, it's true.
And if you change it to Arsenal, which is our next game in the Cup, we play like this. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! And Isak doing what he does. Oh, what?
Oh.
So
he was offside.
Oh, okay.
I wondered what the hell was going on there.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Anderson just stopped playing. It was like, what are you going on?
But no, we play like this against Arsenal, and who knows what can happen.
to be fair, Anderson, took a risk there.
Oh, no.
Jimenez. Oh, Jesus. How has he missed that? How has he missed that? There's the chance, mate. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
I'm
one
on the
ball over the
verge.
top, look.
Yeah, I'm on the verge of saying we're playing crap right now.
It is shocking. Who did that come off? Because they've given a corner.
No,
Burn. Crikey.
Burn almost redirected it into the goal.
I was going to say, yeah, it was nearly towards goal then. Crikey Moses, this is not comfortable to watch. Ball over the top. Luckily beats everybody.
Oh my goodness.
We're certainly making it hard for ourselves.
We're making it way, way, way more difficult because, as you can tell, this Fulham team is not confident or competent in front of our goal. But because of the possession we're giving them, it's just ridiculous. We're just inviting them into this game,
wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was a simple punt over the top. It wasn't anything, made up.
And Tino,
come on, Tino.
What are we doing? Get our heads out of our. It's like this is the same intensity level as the Bournemouth game.
Yeah. I mean, we are literally struggling to put two or three passes together.
Yes, and Bruno has been invisible this half. What has he done?
No, well, again, it's a case of when you're not playing with freedom. You as you can see, we're not. They're coming into the game a lot more this second half. The ball into the box.
Golly, we are just inviting this stuff.
Bruno just clears the lines, just to get us up the park a little bit. There's not a single player anywhere near the off, and that's what I said. We are just getting deeper and deeper and deeper as a side.
Traore now.
5 attempts to Fulham in the second half to our none.
It's pathetic. I don't get what happens with these guys. Like what? I don't get it.
No, mate. I don't. Again, is it the fact that we are keeping some in the tank for Wednesday? I'm not sure.
I think that's just stupid.
Yeah. Again,
if you want to keep stuff, if you want to see my thought, if you want to keep something in the tank, then press and score a few goals. Score 2 or 3, and then you can start resting guys, and we can do this, but not 1-0.
No. At this present moment in time, there's a corner in, there's a header on towards another corner. The one thing that concerns me with the momentum, the way it's shifted, is if we concede, we have a chance of conceding another.
Absolutely, and we don't look like we're going to do anything offensively this half. We look the worst team.
Yeah, we are well the worst team. We don't look a team that's sitting in 5th at the minute.
No.
Half chance there to Jimenez.
He's deflected. You give him enough chances, he's going to put one home.
Well, they're certainly growing in this half. That's why I said that as the chances start to open up now, they're certainly growing with confidence. And like I say, it only takes a scuff shot to go into the corner of the goal, and before you know it, they're on the same level. Again, we've taken no chances. We've gone long again, but again, we've got to compete for that second ball. Well done, Tonali to Gordon. Tonali took a bang on the top of the foot there, by the looks of it. Mad Dog and the boys having a really good conversation down on the touchline about what they can see in front of them. Very poor showing at the minute, I must admit.
Yeah. Very, very poor. It's the whole, kind of the stigma that we had there for a while, that we get up for the big games against the big teams, but you don't see Fulham as a big team, and these guys are kind of sleepwalking.
Yeah. Flouted into the box there by Lewis Hall. Isak picks the ball up, gives it to Gordon. Got time to turn. Runs
Give
inside.
Isak something here. Come on.
Tonali now.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. It was a crazy ball.
Traore.
Towards Murphy, yeah. Traore clips it towards the back post. Iwobi, Jimenez, goal.
It was always going to happen. These guys are sleepwalking.
Oh my God!
I just said you give them enough opportunities, what's going to happen? We're not even playing football right now.
Nora. That is shocking. I mean, we floated a ball in. It's a crazy ball from Tonali, who'd got the world. I mean, he's got, I think it was Fabian Shaw or Tino to the right of him. And he tries to put a ball across to Murphy. He was nowhere near it. It gets intercepted. They have then lots of grass to run into. Iwobi goes running. We've got loads of players running in different directions. Jimenez brings the ball out, crosses to the back stick. It's just a simple ball into the middle towards the penalty
Robinson
spot.
with another assist. That's 10 for
Robinson
him.
just gets it so easy. In-step volley into the danger zone. And Jimenez, I mean, it is a deflection.
And look at all the black and white shirts just watching the ball.
Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
You guys are it's embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
And it goes back to what I said before. Fulham have gone on record, and you can see it with all the stats here. We got a chance.
Bruno.
Come on, Bruno, on that right-hand side. Where's the players in the box, man? Come on, Murphy. Murphy dinks it towards the byline. Gets the ball into the box, but it's deflected. Back
now you guys want to wake up.
Corner.
Now you want to wake up. You want to give him a goal. You want to hand it over to him, and now you want to do something. That's the shit that just I cannot stand. Wake the hell up.
Yeah, Willock and Trippier coming on.
Yeah, Tino's not been great.
No.
J7 and Tino have been the two weakest links today. There's no question about it. Those two getting replaced is not.
Ball
I'm not going to be sad
corner.
about it.
Oh,
Burns
Dan Burn had an opportunity.
I don't even know. Like, what was that? Did that even hit him on his head? Did it hit him on his chest? What the heck was that? I'm sorry, but I don't even know if we're in second gear. I think we're in first gear.
Yeah, we are struggling at the minute down this right hand side. Well, our right back side, their left wing just seems to be dominating 2 or 3 players all the time. Certainly needs somebody. Go on, Gordon. Anthony Gordon and then he gives the opportunity back. Yeah, but again, that was it looked like a free header to Burn, but Burn just heads it into the ground.
Yeah.
Instead of heading it at goal, for his height.
If that's Botman, Botman is much more skilled in that area. Yeah. I'm not saying that.
Tino off for Trippier. It's got to be. I'm going to say it's got to be J7 because they have been the worst 2 players.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Oh, so annoyed.
So let's see what happens now with Willock and Trips. Hopefully Trips can get a hold of what's going on down there. But again, we just you look at the body language, isn't it? Again, it's the body language of a lot of the players just seems to be a little bit lackluster.
Something that we did talk about before this match was the whole looking forward to the Arsenal game in the cup. And I think that could definitely be part of it.
Ball's taking a little bit of a slip here. It's allowed. Traore inside. Traore dinks across to Iwobi on that left-hand side. Again, loads of time. There's no pressure on that ball at all. Smith Rowe now has got a chance to get it in towards Jimenez. Jimenez gives it back, to Robinson. And again, we are being literally outplayed on the edge of our box here to a very, very mediocre.
They're playing hard. We're not. I mean, that's just what it's come down to. People, they're focused. We're not focused. Very, very simple thing. And it just happens too often with these guys.
Trippier's first involvement. And he's got it out for a corner. Yeah, you're right, Vendetta. It has been more reactive decision than
and we've been
for me, that would have been done at half time. You're absolutely right.
I would have brought in Willock at half.
I'd have made a change. Whether it was Willock, whether it was Willock or Miley, I would have changed. Something needed to happen. it needed a bit of a kickstart. Fabian Shaw with a little bit of a wobble there as he's marking Jimenez.
I think he got stepped on by Robinson when he took that shot and bounced.
Look at the size of Anderson and De Berg against Tonali.
Yeah, Tonali just got thrown to the ground.
Yeah, Shaw with a header. Jimenez just plays it into the danger zone again and flick on.
Oh my gracious sakes alive!
Luckily that fell
boys.
behind. Come on now, Murphy. Murphy holds up to the ball. Trippier plays the ball over the top, but that's to nobody.
Ooh, no.
Absolute nobody. There now. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's just far too easy for them. I mean, look at the body language. I mean, Fulham look like they are enjoying this. They're playing 5-yard passes to each other.
Bournemouth was smiling
no
and
pressure
laughing. Bournemouth.
Yeah.
The thing that pissed me off the most about the Bournemouth game is the coaches, the players, everybody. When they were winning 2-1, they were smiling like the game was already over. They were laughing and smiling and enjoying it.
Yeah, look. Murphy out to... Oh, come on. Oh, what are you doing, Willock? Jesus Christ. Willock in front of the goal there. He only got to do is put a touch on that. And it went straight across him. Well done, Shaw, for reading that one. Oh, and then gives the bloody ball back. Jesus Christ. This is so bad, guys, if I'm honest. And like I said, it's just lackluster. Isak plays the ball across onto the 6-yard box. Willock coming onto it.
Look at the ball. Keep your eye on the ball. He looked at the goal. He looked up.
Yeah,
he's not, oh, where is this going to go? Because he doesn't have confidence.
Nice little chance here. Burn just running back into the box. But again.
But Burn had it. It was Burn's ball. It
was Burn ball, and now he's going to give a foul away, I would imagine. No. Oh, come on. Tonali just picks this. Again, it's so sloppy. Oh, Trips stands on the ball. Gives the ball back to Jimenez. Jimenez finds Traore in the middle of the park. Traore does a little 1 and 2. He gives it back to Jimenez. He's got options on the right-hand side here. Again, Burn back to cover. And it's out again for another corner to Fulham. I've never known a team like Newcastle at the minute where we can be high on the press, right in the right-hand corner, looking positive. Then something happens, a bad touch or whatever, you stand on the ball, and before you know it, the opposition seem to have the key to Newcastle to get behind us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never known it. It's crazy. It's so frustrating. And the corner comes to nothing, but Fulham still have the ball. Onto that, again, in swinging towards Iwobi. But Iwobi seems to... was it Traore or Iwobi?
Traore fouled
seems to be leading with his arm there. Willock had a perfect opportunity there to even get a chance at goal. And it just went begging. I mean, it was just... He's just got freedom of Newcastle there, look.
See, he looks away from the ball.
Yeah.
When it came under his feet, he looks away from it to the goal instead of watching it to his foot, and he completely whiffed. Like, you're a professional footballer, man. Like, how do you do that?
But he had time to, even if he wanted to put his foot on the ball, draw the keeper out, and have a shot. I mean, that's how much room and time he had.
Well, again, it goes back to confidence. He certainly doesn't have any right now.
Well, I mean, like I say, I was one of those people that said, like, he does well to break lines because he's a player that can unbalance the opposition because of the way he runs. He has a ball into the box towards Hall, who picks it up on the left-hand side, looking for support from Gordon. Gives it back to Gordon. Bruno, by the side of Gordon, gives it to him. Again, Fulham just forcing us backwards, though. Inside to Trips. On the halfway line we've gone to now. From the left-hand corner flag, we've gone now into...
all the way to Burn.
Yeah. And looks like Trippier is now playing left back.
What are you doing, guys?
Well done to Tonali, because that was
a big foul.
Difficult. Out to Murphy on the right-hand side. Bruno takes a run in, then Gordon, and Gordon jumps over it, thinking that Willock's behind him. Easy pick off again from Fulham.
Just do the basics, guys.
And look at
We don't
that
have to
one
be
ball.
pretty. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
look
the
at that
basics.
one ball.
We're
And
not
those-
doing the basics here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, when they scored their counter and Tonali went to Murphy, he could have gone to Tino. The basic pass there was to Tino, but instead he tried to skip to Murphy.
Yeah.
Basics.
Oh,
When you're
so
playing like complete dog crap, go to the basics, guys. And you'd be shocked at what it does for you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. A couple of subs coming on now for Fulham. I don't know who that... Smith Rowe's coming off.
To be fair, I haven't seen him
No, he's not
really
done
do
a
a whole
lot.
lot.
Yeah, hasn't done a lot. And Jimenez coming off.
See, they're going positive. These are both attacking players. He's going, we can win this.
Yeah.
We're better.
He's seen
Let's
an
win this.
opportunity here, hasn't he? Pereira and Munoz coming in. So that's going to be an interesting one. See what happens there. But to be fair, we have been so poor. It's been a shocker.
This has
if
been
I'm
as
honest.
bad as the Bournemouth game. We're just
It's
playing
worse,
a
I
team
think.
that's not as good.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Bournemouth are a good side.
Yeah.
You know, Fulham aren't really a good side. I mean, you know, they have picked up on our I suppose, problems and our mistakes, and they fed from them. But, you know, Bournemouth didn't allow us to play totally different outfits.
Well, Silva's a good manager, and I think he's outmanaged Howe now in two matches.
It seems as if, like, you know, Fulham, for whatever reason, is our bogey side.
Yeah.
Just can't seem to hit. Again,
Well,
I've
honestly,
been with the mindset that we've got to turn up and win.
Yeah, our
on our
bogey
current
side,
form.
that's exactly what it is. Our bogey side is a team that plays really hard.
Yeah.
That's a bogey side. A team that comes in and just plays as hard as they can. That is the bogey side, because unless it's a top 5 squad, we tend to not show up all the time in these matches.
That's true. I mean,
And
technically, like I said, you can see that they haven't got the technical ability.
No.
But they're just playing the game simple.
Yeah, exactly.
And the feed from what we aren't doing very well, and that's ball retention.
Yep.
You know, 10 attempts to our 1 in the second half.
That is just
Also,
shockingly poor.
that's match stats. And 60% of the ball. So, you know, we're at home here. We always a chance. Come on, Willock. Plays the ball out to Gordon on the edge of the box. Got a bit wide. Gordon just can't get his feet as a shot. Deflected out towards Murphy. Murphy plays the ball back to Trippier. Little triangles with Tonali, Trips and Murphy. Again, trying to play the hard ball there, Murphy. Again, the inside ball to Bruno was on.
Yeah.
But tried to dink it up the channel to Tonali, who's got the ball again in the same slot. Great ball in that, you know. Not a single black and white shirt anywhere near that ball. And that was on the 6-yard box, and a great ball to attack. And that's as poor as I can actually say that we have been attacking. Because Anthony Gordon, Isaac, and Willock there was just sat on the edge of the penalty box. Isaac on the right hand side, he tries to get it out of his feet off the ball. Jesus Christ. Comes to Shaw. Shaw plays the ball into the box again into an area that's a good zone, nobody attacking it. We're trying to score the perfect goal in my eyes.
Yeah.
Drilled across this time from Fabian Shaw, but again, cleared awkwardly by Fulham, may I just say. That looked like a handball to me. It's got to be a penalty, ref.
Yeah, I think he's got to look at it.
That's got to be a handball for me.
He's got to look at it.
Underarm.
He's got to look at it.
It's got to be handball.
This guy's already claiming, Taylor's already claiming it came off his
because his arm
chest.
is in an unnatural position. So if that's come off his shoulder, then fair enough. But it looked like it come off the under of his arm. It's got to be a penalty. It was a crazy ball in. Yes, it's got to be a penalty. Gordon misses it. It's a toe poke in from Trippier.
They're not even looking at it?
No, not even looking at it. So it must have come off the shoulder part.
It had to have been.
No ball. Oh, God. Every decision now seems to be going against the black and white shirt. And it's just frustration. You can see it.
But we do it to ourselves.
Isaac, though, out of his feet was a cracking attempt at goal.
We have nobody to be frustrated at but ourselves, though.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's the problem with these guys. They're going to start looking at the ref and crying about that. Forget that crap. Freaking bite down on your mouthpiece and do something here.
Ball over the
Most
top.
players
again,
don't really have mouthpieces anymore, but
yeah, it's the wrong sport, mate. Really, it's hard to even say a positive about this. I mean, like I say, we've hit the bar twice from two really good shots. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
but we just don't. Again, these are two shots that have come from nothing. We've not made anything ourselves. They've been opportunists to a degree. Oh, Willock on the left-hand side tries to play Hall in, but it's overhit. Hall does well to get it back into the box, but again, not a black and white shirt anywhere near it. And with that one ball out,
nice.
Oh, that's
from Tonali.
Yeah.
I thought he got to the ball. Yeah. I thought he got to the ball.
As soon as the ball goes forward like that, we'll see a bit better off the replay.
Nope, he didn't.
Yeah, he gets a heel on to the ball, if you like. But when you put your leg across the player, like he has done there.
See, this is a big weekend because City have to play Arsenal, and this was a chance for us to get 3 points on somebody.
Yeah. As it looks, if the results go for us, if they went for our way, we could have been third after today's game.
But this is what we do in those opportunities. This is what we do. We just crap the bed, man.
Yeah. He will be coming off for Fulham.
It's probably good for them.
And he's, as after it looks, I thought Sessegnon would have started for them. Because if anybody's a tricky little player, it's this lad. He's not an outstanding player, but he's tricky. And I think you'll see Trippier's got to be on his game a little bit more now. The Trippier coming on hasn't set the world alight for me again.
No, he hasn't. Anthony's getting behind here.
Look how far that ball has gone.
Yeah.
And not a single challenge to that ball. Anthony's had time to get the ball under control.
Yeah, settle
That's just poor defending.
Well, it's a lot of guys looking at each other as to who's going to step up here. And I'm seeing that too much. Seen that look too much in this team this season. Yeah. Who's going to do it?
It's got all the way through to Dubs. Mad. But that did look like a good shout for a penalty to me, though. Again, I haven't seen a close-up of where it hit him. But look at that ball. That's just a hit and hope ball, isn't it, over the top? Not actually directed to anybody in specific. It's just, let's see if we can just get them turned. That's how desperate we've been. Absolutely mental. Traore in the centre of the circle. Gives the ball out to Anthony now. That ball's been allowed to go through 2 or 3 players, and it always ends up in the purple shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Bruno got a bit of grass to run into now. Plays it into Gordon, who's central. Gordon.
What?
He's looking for the foul, mate. He's gone down so easy there. He'd nutmegged the player, but there was very little contact with Gordon there. That's just Gordon trying to win again. He's done a brew now in my eyes there. You watch.
His leg was out. That's a foul.
Yeah. You're right. I'll take that back. Pereira then did leave his leg dangling, but again, I think Gordon was looking to go down. And again, it just seems as though some referees now are starting to see this as very little contact.
Yeah, and he's going to call that.
Or is it the fact that we have gone absolutely that bad? You know what I mean? That we are now allowing the referee to make the decisions for us.
Well, like I said, we can't look at the referee as an excuse.
No, we can't.
That's no excuse. We could have ended this game if we would have actually played to our ability. This game would have been over a long time ago. But we're at home, allowing Fulham to dictate the play of this freaking game.
Yeah. We are in dire straits at the minute.
We are knackered.
We are knackered. It's a good, interesting free kick for them on the left-hand side.
They've outplayed us in every facet.
Yeah. Again, we just look so lackluster from, start to finish. Anthony Gordon got a yellow card for protesting, apparently. And having seen the replay, he has a right to protest that one.
Yep.
Ball in. Whipped into the near post. It's a goal. I mean, again, you look at the movement. Now, there's a lot of people in this. I can see the reaction of this. Disgusting. Get the Muppet out. That ain't got nothing to do with Eddie Howe. That's just body language of black and white shirts, not reacting to a whipped-in cross to the front post. Watch. There you go. Everybody, every single player. I mean, Isak is the probably the guilty party there because he was supposed to be marking the front post. Look, he just allows him to run on, and this is the lad who's just come on. It's Muniz. He's just run past him, and he's just said, carry on, mate. That is a joke. But that's, again, absolute, as I said before, body language of all of the players on the park. It's not just him. But the referee, like I say, it should have been a foul at the other end of the park. But you allow these guys to have the opportunities like they've done, allow referees to make decisions, which he's done, then I'm sorry, the results are only going to go one way. God. Ball through the middle towards Isak, but again, crowded out. Ball. It's just going to a purple shirt. Every single 50-50 ball is going to a purple shirt. They are fighting for absolutely everything here. But it's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, here's the thing about that, too, is we've allowed them to get their heads up. They're laughing. They're having fun. They're playing hard. We did the same thing against Bournemouth. We allowed them. Now, granted, Bournemouth's a better team, but the attitude of us versus their attitude is night and day. It's not even close.
Again, they are highlighting that right back position. As we do the left-hand side, they seem to be doing exactly the same on their left-hand side.
There's Trippier. A card.
Trippier. He's pulling the ball back there because it's no advantage whatsoever. But again, that was Trippier. It was a heavy first touch, which allowed the opportunity for... there, look. And then he goes down. I mean, to be fair, there's minimal contact there again,
He goes in with both
but
feet.
it's because that Pereira goes to the ground on the slide that he gets the actual foul. All up to Gordon. It's a terrible ball to Bruno. What are you doing? Just play it to bloody feet. Okay, Nora.
Where's Miggy when you need him?
Yeah. It is a poor. I mean, it's just, ball goes out towards Murphy there on the edge of the box. He dinks it in towards the back post, but look at that. Every single time the ball just seems to land to a purple shirt. Is Bruno still your standout player?
This half he's done nothing. There's no standout player.
I mean, look at that.
I'd say Tonali hasn't been great either. Nobody has.
Like I said, I saw the Beer Vikings blaming Murphy for both goals.
No.
I can't blame Murphy for any of the goals. And, that's a helpful ball. It was aimed at nobody. I mean, to be fair, when he passed the ball out to Murphy on the interception, Miley and Asula are coming on. And Kelly. Crikey, there's wholesale changes now.
It's the panic subs.
Yeah, here we go. Panic, Mr. Mandarin. Ball comes in, whipped towards the back stick. Again, nowhere near the ball, if I'm honest with you. Dan Byrne tries to recover, but the ball goes out for a throw-in.
Thank goodness it did. I'm really glad that went out of bounds.
Yeah, because he passed
just
it
about
straight. Yeah,
gave
straight
him the
to a
break
Fulham
there.
player. Yeah. So who's coming off? Murphy.
Kelly's coming on.
Miley.
That's interesting.
Murphy, Hall, and Gil Mahrez is coming off.
Bruno? This has to be for their Arsenal game. Sit some of these guys.
So
Hall for Kelly.
Yeah. So he's obviously looking for more height on set plays type of thing. And Asula's what pace on that right hand side. I'm happy to have a look at him on that right hand side, if I'm honest. But again, it's panic, Mr. Mandarin, isn't it, from the manager, rather than controlling what you obviously saw, as everybody else did, in the first half.
Yeah.
It should have been, it should have been sorted out in the first half. We've had 0 shots the second half. You're absolutely right. I think we haven't had many in the whole bloody game. I mean, we've been unlucky with 2 shots because of that they've hit the bar. But apart from that, can you remember anything else? Tino's? Anything else? The goal,
No.
obviously.
Yeah. We have done not this half. Silva went in halftime, made changes. Whatever they did at halftime, they changed positively. And our guys just didn't wake up from whatever coma they're in. And that is how you hand over positions to other teams, especially on a weekend where you should be giving yourself an opportunity to move up.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this has been as lacklustre as I've seen us play. And I say lacklustre in a point where you look at the opposition that you're playing against and you say to yourself, all we've got to do, lads, is string a few passes together.
Yep.
You've got to beat the midfield. And like I said, for me, I've been really disappointed with the midfield, the way we've been a little bit lacklustre in that final ball.
Yep.
Look at that from Tonali. I mean, yeah, it's come back to Miley, but who was it aimed for, really?
It's just you're just overcomplicating everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we do that
trying
when
to
we're
create
playing
that perfect goal.
Yeah, when we're playing poorly, we continue to go into those real specifically unique movements instead of, like we say,
Look at this.
making a pass.
What are you trying to achieve there?
And then Byrne just almost puts it out of bounds. But he doesn't. Thank you, Trips. I don't know. I don't see a goal in us the rest of this one. I don't see...
Well, I haven't seen a goal. Like I said, from the start, if I'm honest with you, we started really well. And I thought, carry on like this. And it's going to be, it's going to be a really good scoring, high-scoring game. And I couldn't foresee Fulham getting 2 goals. That's what I couldn't see. But it was just really poor defending for both goals. Can you imagine what Arsenal are going to do to us? I mean, we are looking, at playing an Arsenal team that are 2 goals down.
Yep.
And if Fulham can come and score 2 against us, wow.
We can't even hold on to the ball. I mean, Fulham have like almost 60% possession. They're like at 58%. Like, how do you can't do that against Arsenal? And this is going to be our 4th loss at home this season?
That's right.
And against who? West Ham, Fulham.
Yeah, the non-entity teams, the teams that you should be actually taking off the park.
Yes.
Fulham has, Gordon has got a free kick this time.
I just, I don't, losing is losing, but when you lose and your team just doesn't even look up for it, they're not even fighting.
Yeah.
That's when it just gets frustrated.
We have certainly got like I say, it's just hard to watch a team, and I say a team because it is a team that I'm watching being so poor.
So what you're going to hear what we're all going to hear, and rightfully so, is we don't bring anybody in 3 windows. Howe hasn't been back. You're also going to hear, a lot of the Howe out chatter back in.
Oh, of course.
But I think the biggest complaint is just going to be 3 windows, no first team players.
And that's fair enough. I mean, I understand that, but again, it's not anybody coming in is not going to change what you see today.
No, 1 player, 2 players. That's not enough.
It's like I said, when you've got a team that just aren't connecting, and it seems to be, like I say, we saw it against Bournemouth where Bournemouth dominated. They just pressed us, and we were outplayed on the day. But we had exactly the same team as in, when we went to Fulham, and we saw a really, really average performance from a lot of players. And who's got a yellow card now?
Leno.
Oh, Leno, for time wasted. And it's been awful. Again, both home and away. And again, you can't blame Eddie Howe for that, and you can't blame a lack of transfers, because obviously when we played them at home, it's nowhere near the transfer window. They are still the same team that go and compete against the top teams.
We can't beat Fulham. They're 2-0 against us.
Yeah. But again, it's reaction rather than proaction, isn't it?
Yep.
When you're looking at, we make these decisions, and these crazy sometimes decisions, I think.
Yeah.
Our midfield's decimating now.
Yeah.
We've got Tonali and that's it in midfield. We've got no shape at all. So again, what are you expecting? You have to build up. I mean, look at that ball from Dan Burn. It's just so poor.
To me, it's like, if you're Eddie Howe at halftime, you have to tell him, like, guys, we have to have some possession here. Make some easy passes. Stop trying to be so intricate with your passing.
That's a good ball. Kelly.
I mean, Kelly hasn't played hardly any football this year, and now he's in here expected to change a game.
I mean, we are 94th minute of 5, and we've just thrown everybody forward, which has gone to the old school way of doing things. But we're just not getting the ball anywhere near them.
Not good. Well, you have a bunch of guys who haven't played together. Osula barely gets any minutes. Kelly hasn't gotten any minutes. Miley's not gotten a lot of real minutes, and he throws them all on at the same time, thinking they're going to change the game.
Yeah, but they've never looked like training in any game. That's what I said. You look at the bench coming on paper, yeah, it looks a stronger-ish bench, but there's no game changers on there. So when you're behind, if there's no game changers when you're leading, what's the chance of these guys game changing it when you're behind? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy. It really is crazy. I mean, it's just helpful punts up front.
This is pathetic. Here comes another one.
Have another go.
Yeah, just keep
out towards the
throwing it in the air and just hoping it falls to somebody's feet.
Oh, go on. Oh, unlucky. There was Fabian Schär and our 2 tallest players, if you like, and the back stick. But again, Byrne just didn't compete at all. That's it. I think it won't be much longer now.
Pathetic. You guys are freaking garbage. Just pathetic. Got smoked by Fulham in 2 games.
Newcastle. Well, like I said, I am gobsmacked in that performance. I am truly gobsmacked. And I think, with all the praise and everything else that's been thrown around at this team about getting into, semi-finals and stuff like that, we need to pick ourselves up big style against Arsenal, because if we come out like that, we are dead and buried in the water, mate.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Fulham's not a good team. We should always beat them. I don't care where it's at. But really, the biggest part is just the whole the performance.
Yeah, it's shocking. Absolutely shocking. It was just
This is early season stuff. This was like when we lost to Brentford and we lost to West Ham. This is how we looked. Completely lost.
But we do, as daft it looks, we didn't look, and again, I keep saying this, there is far too much space in my eyes between Isak and the midfield at times. If Bruno doesn't hit that space, if Tonali doesn't hit that space, if Gordon doesn't hit that space, J7 again is well off the pace at the minute. I don't know what's happening with J7. But I've just had a quick look on a pass map, and you can see where our main passes have been out to Gordon a lot of the times. The gap between our midfield and Isak, it's isolation. There is nobody getting anywhere near. Last week, what you'd got was Bruno being our furthest forward midfield. Tonali's our furthest forward midfield according to this pass map today, and I think that just shows you, the gap between Isak and the rest of the team is just isolation.
Yeah.
Absolutely mental. But well done, Fulham. They come and did a job on us. And like I say, we will be doing the match reaction straight after this. So I look forward to hearing everybody's results and feelings. Because that was, all I can say, was shameful, absolutely shameful. And, there is no excuses for this one, as there was very little excuses at Fulham, apart from they played bad, and everybody played bad. So again, we're going to say cheerio for now. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you in 5 on the match reaction. Come and have your say. We'll get it in the chat, so everybody can actually come and talk to us and tell us how you feel. See you on the next show, guys. So thanks for now. Okay.
No, we'll see it.